We are live at Collectible for tonight's Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know. We are now here doing this. Doing this meaning selling records live here on Facebook. Let's share this to some groups. And we have $7 unlimited shipping. And I'm going to share that in a few groups that I share into every night. Get this link copied. I kind of made a hot post. I took a picture of a few things. I took a picture of a few things of stuff that I found last night. Oh, I'm not in my right group. There we go. I was like, where's all my posts? Okay, so here we go. We're live now. $7 unlimited albums. I hope I didn't put that. I hope I didn't put that. I meant shipping. $7 unlimited albums. We'd have some people go overboard, to say the least. They'd have to rent some storage units. For $7, you can pick out as many albums as you want. Whoa, that would be pretty wild. I would just buy everything myself and say we're done for the night. All right, let me find. Oh, there it was. Don't go away. There we go. All right, copy link. I'm sharing on our Instagram story at the moment. Live. Oh, I don't want to go Instagram live. I wish I could, but I can't. And let's make Led Zeppelin. Alrighty, so I got several announcements. I'll probably do it closer to 8 when everybody's on. But I do have some big announcements for the week. Some really cool stuff to announce. Live now. And let's go chat. And let's go this. Let's do this. I was watching a Paul McCartney interview, and of course he's going back on tour. He's about to release that last Beatles song. But there's something. A lot of people who interview Paul McCartney ask him the same questions over and over. And I was watching this interview early this morning, and I was like, why don't they ask him some questions like, what does your record collection look like? There's so many things that I would want to ask them that a lot of other people, they always ask him about John and Beatlemania. But I'd be like, hey, Paul, can you tell me about your personal record collection? Some really in-depth questions. So with that being said, we're going to have Paul McCartney here at Collectible next week for a podcast. I'm just joking. That'd be pretty cool, though. That'd be like life-changing. Let's see. I think this was our first crate. I think this was our first crate last night. So let's do it again, because every time I go through it, there's some really good stuff. Rodney's shopping while on a cruise. Well, Rodney, that's a good thing. Kick back at your cruise and just relax and enjoy the scenery of Collectible. So, all right, Chris Farley interviewing Paul. Yeah, LP of some spines. I know, I've seen that. He's leaning up. He's got like a turntable built into a console. I'm like, man, could you imagine going to one of this guy's houses, wherever he has most of his like junk stored, and just going through documents and papers and notes, and you pick up anything in Paul McCartney's house, it's worth $10,000. This came from Paul McCartney's house. This is his mug. $10,000. We have U2 singles, 18 U2 singles, $36.99. We have Rage Against the Machine 20th anniversary. This is $31.99. That's Rage Against the Machine, self-titled. This is $31.99. Van Morrison, his band and the street choir, that's on turquoise, limited edition turquoise vinyl, $28.99. Cinderella, live at the Key Club. Cinderella is on marbled purple splatter vinyl, $33.99. Jerry, I'm glad those sleeves worked out for you. Those sleeves are excellent. They will fit. You can almost get a George Harrison All Things Must Pass box set in one of those. They're pretty well flexible. I have others if anybody wants one. Godsmack's When Legends Rise, 5th anniversary edition on white vinyl, $31.99. Also Annihilator, Neverland. Annihilator is $39.99. Testament, Souls of Black, $44.99. John Young said he would take some of Paul McCartney's toilet paper, preferably unused. Yeah, you never know though. There's some serious fans like John Young that would probably bid on Paul McCartney's used toilet paper. Wow, that's pretty gross there, John. Accept, Balls to the Walls, $44.99 for Accept. Annihilator, Set the World on Fire, $39.99. That's limited and numbered blue vinyl. Annihilator, Set the World on Fire. We have Shangri-La Dee-Dah, $39.99. If there's two people I could look through their personal record collection, it would be Paul McCartney and Jimmy Page, because I know they both have extensive record collections, and there's no telling what they have. Can you imagine? Sean Druin wants Cinderella. He also wants Annihilator, Neverland. Sean Druin with the first couple purchases of the night. Thank you. And he wants Set the World on Fire. He's getting all the Annihilators. I've been waiting for somebody to buy these. Paul's ever eaten a cookout? No, he don't eat at places like that. No. You won't catch him at a cookout. You might catch him like at a cookout, but he'll be eating. He don't eat meat. Can't go to cookout. That's bad for him. We don't need him eating stuff like that either. We need him to live for a long time. Extreme Porno Graffiti, $39.99. He's 70-something, and he looks and acts like he's much, much younger. Extreme Porno Graffiti is $39.99. U2, Songs of Experience, 2LP, double vinyl, blue vinyl. This is on blue vinyl. U2, Songs of Experience, $28.99. U2, No Line on the Horizon is $28.99. U2, No Line on the Horizon. Hole, Celebrity Skin is $39.99. Whole Celebrity Skin. Also, Townes Van Zandt, Our Mother the Mountain, $31.99. Our Mother the Mountain, $31.99. Charles Mingus Ahum, a classic jazz album, blue vinyl, $19.99. That is right. He's now officially in his 80s. He's 81. Wow. Yeah, he doesn't look or act like it for sure. Motley Crue, Theater of Pain, $33.99. The Doors, Shot to Pieces. This is the rehearsal broadcast from 1969. $44.99 for The Doors, Shot to Pieces. Skid Row, that is on gray vinyl, $39.99. That's new and sealed, Skid Row. Townes Van Zandt, At My Window. Townes Van Zandt is $31.99. We got a lot of Townes Van Zandt. Let me get all those together. There's 1, 2, and the other ones are over here. I've got 5 Townes Van Zandt albums in stock if anybody's looking for any of his work. Plus, OGs are tough to find. Our last copy of Pearl Jam Unplugged, red vinyl, unofficial, sounds great, full concert, $39.99. The Cure, Red Light District is $44.99. Another live unofficial, red vinyl, $44.99. Who's Greatest Hits? Color vinyl, red color vinyl, also includes a bonus track. That is $36.99. Primus, The Desaturating 7. Primus is $31.99. Rainbow Splatter vinyl. There's the restock we've been waiting for of Pink Floyd's Piper at the Gates of Dawn, their first debut album. That is $33.99. Van Morrison Blowin' Your Mind is $44.99. Van Morrison Blowin' Your Mind. Also Kiss Dynasty, and that is a 2014 remaster of the exact Kiss Dynasty, $33.99. All Them Witches is $34.99. All Them Witches. And Clutch Blast Tyrant. Clutch Blast Tyrant, $36.99. We also have Joy Division's Unknown Pleasures, their first album, $29.99. So Joy Division, Clutch, All Them Witches, Kiss, Van Morrison, Pink Floyd, Primus, The Who, The Cure, Pearl Jam, 5 different Townes Van Zandt, Skid Row, The Doors, Motley Crue, Charles Mingus, Hole, U2, Extreme, Stone Temple Pilots, Accept, Testament, Godsmack, Van Morrison, Rage Against the Machine, and U2 singles. I brought some of some records that was over here in this crate next to me over here. I filled that one up. Now this one's about half empty. I'll go through this in just a second. But now it's time for tonight's newest new records. Tonight's newest new records. We've got 5 crates of new vintage, and I've got 2 crates full of random collectibles that I found in the back from different collections. We've got random collections. Am I watching a rerun? No, that's the same crate we started last shows with. Mark Fallon, you're live. Jared Benoit wants a Kiss Dynasty. I'm back down to 1 copy. I need to go ahead and lock in some more of those. Kiss Dynasty. All right, so this is new vinyl. I've got 2 crates of random collectibles. I've got everything from a Gene Simmons doll to inserts. They go in records to Legos and audio equipment, small audio equipment, random CDs and books, puzzles, ticket stubs, CD box sets, books, some music related, some not. I got some original Beatles items to sell in auction. And I've got 5 crates of vintage. I was just taking a peek at them just a moment ago. John Thomas has got his 5 crates of vintage stuff. I've also got a Roger Waters tour book. I've got a Bing Crosby box set, a Beatles tray. I got some really cool stuff. Sherry Darnell wants Doors shot to pieces. Sherry, I don't know if you've been on the last show or not, but I believe your friend was on, and she was almost trying to buy for you the other night. We had some interesting stuff. I don't know if you were on or not. But Sherry Darnell, I've got you down for the Doors. Jared got Dynasty. And let's go through the first crate of new stuff. If you haven't already, please go ahead and not message the page. Share this feed. Please share this on your Facebook page. If you don't want to share, some people told me the other day they don't want to share. They said, sorry, I'm not going to share your feed. Nothing against you. I don't want people knowing what I'm doing. But if you don't mind, please share it. That really helps us out, especially if you got a lot of friends and you know people who might buy records that's on your friends page, on your friends list. If anything, hit the thumbs up button. That helps the allocation or the algorithm bump up our feed. We have over 20,000 followers. Most people don't even know we sell records, and we're on here doing it every night, and they follow our page. We have new people new customers who's liked our page for months, and they don't even know we sell records. It's incredible. So that's what Facebook algorithms will do for you. First is Pink, Misunderstood, $36.99. Pink is a 2 LP, Misunderstood. We got a restock of the AC/DC Flick of the Switch. There was a waiting list for this. AC/DC was Rob Bain, or Ban, B-A-A-N, and Jared Benoit. So this is $31.99. So Flick of the Switch, we got 2 extras to sell. We had 2 people on a waiting list. Also, Violent Films. Haven't had this in a while. It is the Kraft, very high quality recording, 35th anniversary of the Violent Films self-titled debut, featuring Blister in the Sun and Add It Up. That's a remaster, $36.99 for the Violent Films. Primus, Frizzle Fry. I've got a lot of Primus. Been selling the heck out of some Primus. The first one is Frizzle Fry, $28.99. Frizzle Fry is $28.99. New John Lee Hooker. I think this had a street date of last week and we just got it in. Born in Mississippi, raised in Tennessee, John Lee Hooker, $33.99. John Lee Hooker, born in Mississippi, raised in Tennessee. Coolio. The other night we had Gangsta's Paradise. This is It Takes a Thief. This is Coolio's debut album. It's a 2 LP, $34.99 for those that don't have that one. Jerry Stone first on Coolio. Jerry got that one. I only had 1 copy. If anybody else wants one, let me know. Testament, The Gathering. Testament is $34.99. Jared, you did get a Flick of the Switch, yes. And then we have Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise. That's on red vinyl, 2 LP, 25th anniversary limited edition, $36.99. So 2 Coolios. We have It Takes a Thief, and we also have Gangsta's Paradise. We have more. STP Core. Stone Temple Pilots Core, their debut album, $29.99. Plush, Wicked Thing, Creep, Sex, Top, Thing. Mr. Big, Lean Into It. 30th anniversary of Mr. Big's Lean Into It, remastered using the original analog tapes. $38.99 for Mr. Big. House of Pain, Fine Malt Lyrics, featuring Jump Around. Jump Around on Fine Malt Lyrics, and the waiting list for this was Shane Devers and Mike Helton. Shane Devers and Mike Helton, I've already got one of those pulled for you. I have 1 extra if anybody else wants a House of Pain. Jared Benoit put Cool, and I'm assuming that was for Cool. You got me on a Flick of Switch, not that you want a Coolio album, right? Also, Pink Floyd, Piper at the Gates of Dawn, $33.99 for Pink Floyd. That's more restock of that we got from another distributor. So all of a sudden, we got a lot of Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Brandon Jackson takes the House of Pain. That's sold to Brandon Jackson. And this should sell out. I back ordered it. It didn't show it in stock, and we actually got them. $29.99. Stevie Ray Vaughan live at the King's Head Inn, North Folk, Virginia, June 22nd, 1980 FM broadcast. I've got 5 of them. I back ordered them. You know, they showed out of stock, and then poof, they came in just like they were available. Stevie Ray Vaughan, $29.99. Lawrence McVeigh, House of Pain is $34.99. If you want one, let me know. I'll put you on a waiting list. Stevie Ray Vaughan sold to Michael Nath, Michael Corbel, Shane Devers, and I've got 2 extras. Where's Chris DeMoss at? He would buy one too if he was on. $29.99 for Stevie Ray Vaughan. There's one for Jerry Stone, and we have one left. That's a live unofficial from SRV. Saxon, Denim and Leather, limited anniversary, 40th edition, $33.99 for Saxon, Denim and Leather. Kara Bauer gets the last SRV. We probably just need to set that aside so we can show it later and make a waiting list for it. But Kara gets the last one. Sherry Martell on Pink, Misunderstood. That's sold to Sherry Martell. Primus, Miscellaneous Debris. The other Primus is $28.99. Miscellaneous Debris. Sean, Testament. That is The Gathering. That is $34.99. $34.99. The Dandy Warhols on colored vinyl. I believe it's red, but don't hold me to that. There was a waiting list for the Dandy Warhols. The Dandy Warhols was Mike Massey and Mike Tenati. Both Mikes got one. Mike Massey and Mike Tenati. One of the two. I feel like I'm butchering that. Sean Druin says he will get Testament. Thank you, Sean. There's one extra Dandy Warhols. 13 Tales from the Urban Bohemia. $36.99. All Them Witches. Lightning at the Door. Here's another All Them Witches. We had one just earlier from last night. Here's another one. $33.99. Also, The Band, music from Big Pink. I didn't realize I had sold out of this. A classic album, a great album. The front artwork done by Bob Dylan. I wonder where the original of that is. That would bring some serious cash. This is a 2LP remaster of The Band, $34.99. Walt Cruz says, I want a Dandy Warhols. Walt, you got, actually, Walt, I think I've already got you down for one. Yes. You got one probably on your last invoice. You got one on your last invoice, I believe. Primus, Tales from the Punch Bowl. Hope that Tony Barrara, our new customer's on, because he would probably be buying all these Primus LPs. There's $33.99 for that one, Tales from the Punch Bowl. We also have a restock of the Deftones. This is the 20th anniversary on red vinyl. Deftones, that's on red vinyl, $31.99. There is a waiting list for the Deftones. Mike Massey and Jason Kenton. Mike Massey and Jason Kenton. The Deftones is $31.99. 20th anniversary, limited edition, red vinyl. I've got 2 extras. Tony says Primus. Now, Tony, I got you down for Tales from the Punch Bowl. I'll show you the other ones in just a second when I recap this bin, which will be in 2 seconds. I got 3 extra Deftones. So Deftones is on red vinyl. Includes Minerva and Hexagram. 20th anniversary Deftones, $31.99. This is the White Stripes, Icky Thump, $44.99. This was a special request from James Bragg. James, as you see, I got one in, and I have one extra. White Stripes, Icky Thump, $44.99. Can I make a bid on the Warriors poster now? That will be sold Thursday night. You have to be watching live to bid on it. You have to be watching live to bid on it, on the Warriors poster. Hopefully you can tune in on Thursday. Let's go through this crate one more time. I know I'm probably going to have people ask about that, and Stevie Ray Vaughan. They'll know if they can leave bids, and what I usually tell people, if you can't watch, have somebody tune in and bid for you. Tell them your limit, and hopefully somebody can watch for you. Very cool items. We got more. I'm adding to that. Thursday night, I'm going to go ahead and make the first announcement now. Thursday night is going to be a barn burner. Not only are we going to have some like super high-end autographs, like $1,000 and up items. We're going to have multiple $1,000 and up items Thursday night. But also, I did some serious digging in the back. I filled up 2-3 entire crates of records that I cherry-picked. Thursday night, there's going to be some Chad crates. I found a mint Led Zeppelin 1, 69 OG press from the Wisconsin or Ohio collection, I found a near mint in shrink wrap Beach Boys Pet Sounds in mono. I found a Jimi Hendrix Are You Experienced Tricolor Steamboat OG press. I have found TV related records, Batman, Star Trek, Spider-Man, really cool stuff I like, stuff that I'm going to put out for sale. Near mint, just in shrink wrap. I went through all the Wisconsin stuff that maybe hadn't been put out. I pulled out all kinds of shrink wrap and hop stickers, so that is what's going to be going on. So Thursday night, that's announcement number one. Neat green Naugahyde. Jerry, I need to order that, don't I? Green Naugahyde, green fake leather. Brian Dismore wants a Deftones. That's the one I already pulled. Next is Zach Elias also wants a Deftones. Sell that to Zach Elias. Okay, so let's go through this crate one more time. We have AC/DC, Flick of the Switch, $31.99. Long story short, if you want to see some incredible stuff, Thursday night. Tomorrow night, we're going to have more stuff as well. Tomorrow night's not going to be any different, but we got some really cool stuff. Let's go ahead and get some auctions rolling. What are these records here on this table? Is this stuff that... Okay, this is stuff that was pulled out of bins, $50 and up. Okay. And is that the same, or is this stuff the same, or these here could be auctioned? Okay. Let's do first and last, because I got an interesting story to tell you about this record that just sold at auction. Let me put up a couple cool auctions here. Yeah, let's get something started in the back. So we got Sting, The Dream of the Blue Turtles. Turtle or turtles? Turtles, plural. This is near mint in shrink wrap with hop sticker. Also includes the original insert / poster. There's the original inner sleeve. It's in shrink wrap with the hop sticker. It is a super nice copy, and that is a $15 start. That is a $15 start. That's Sting, Dream of the Blue Turtles, near mint, shrink wrap, hop sticker, inner sleeve, and insert. And then Leonard Skinner's first and last. This isn't the record I'm thinking about. This is a different record, but I'm still going to put it up for auction. This is a really nice copy. It's a gatefold. Very nice copy. Leonard Skinner's first and last. And I think this is the OG cover that opens up, and it has it has like a flip here. This is a $15 start as well. Leonard Skinner's first and last. It's also a $15 start on that. So very nice copy. What I was gonna tell you about was there was an auction that just sold an autographed copy of Leonard Skinner, One More From the Road. They had a promo sampler of Leonard Skinner's One More From the Road. It was autographed by the band. It sold for a little over $20,000 last weekend. It's autographed Leonard Skinner, full original members, and it was a promo sampler from One More From the Road. It sold for $20,000. It's very hard to find Leonard Skinner signed by the complete group. Okay, next is this. The Toucan Sam is $19.99. We got that in from same distributor we get new vinyl from. If anybody wants this, it's actually a Funko product. It is a Funko plush. Toucan Sam, $19.99. $19.99. Michael Ling was on that auction. Yeah, that was pretty incredible. I was on there too, Michael. Leonard Skinner sold for $20,000, autographed by the full band. Violent Femmes is $36.99. Violent Femmes is $36.99. Promise, Frizzle Fry. So here's our first crate of new vinyl. We've got, looking for a $15 start on Sting. Leonard Skinner's at $21. Very clean copy, OG press, gatefold. Tony Barara wants Promise. So Leonard Skinner, Violent Femmes. There's another Frizzle Fry if anybody else wants one. John Lee Hooker, $33.99. Michael, did you buy anything? I was outbid on pretty much everything. John Lee Hooker is born in Mississippi, raised in Tennessee, $33.99. Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise, red vinyl, $36.99. Stone Temple Pilots Core is $29.99. Mr. Big is $38.99. Pink Floyd is $33.99. Chris Wood Sr., can I have the Toucan Sam? You can. I've got another one. They're $19.99 if anybody else wants one. They're new plush from Funko. $19.99. I've back ordered a bunch more. We sell a lot of Funkos, but anytime I get anything plush from our distributors, we sell them. That is Saxon Denim and Leather. Saxon is $33.99. Primus miscellaneous debris is $28.99. Primus, this miscellaneous debris, $28.99. This is the Toucan Sam plush. It's a Funko product, new with tags, $19.99. It's brand new. Let's see here. Tony Broad wants the other Primus. I'm going to lay that on top of Toucan Sam. So Tony got that one. All Them Witches is $33.99. Thomas Hujar wants John Lee Hooker, born in Mississippi, raised in Tennessee. We also have a high bid of Leonard Skinner I'm just going to lay those right here, Tanner, before Toucan Sam falls to the ground. Leonard Skinner's at $21 with Chris DiLorenzo. Chris Wood Sr., you're outbid. Carlene said she will also take one. We have two of those, don't we? Yeah, there's another one over there. Seth's playing with the other one right now. No, I'm just joking. It's sitting over there next to his desk. Seth, I didn't mean to do that to you. I didn't hear a word you said. So Jerry gets a Toucan Sam, and let's put Carlene Rollins on a waiting list. Yes, Thomas Hujar and John Lee Hooker, and Tony got both Promises. I guess, what's the plural of Promises? Primi? The Band, music from Big Pink, $34.99. I recommend that album if you don't have it already. The Dandy Warhols, Walt Cruz recommends this album. Also, the Deftones is $31.99. And the White Stripes, Icky Thump, $44.99. All right, let's go through some new vintage stuff. I'm going to be showing some of the random collectibles I have and be putting some stuff up for auction. The Sting. Not the Sting, Sting is just a $15 start. It's near mint with the insert, the inner sleeve. It's in shrink wrap of hop sticker. Final call if you want to get a bid in. Final call if you want to get a bid in. It's near mint and shrink wrap. It's just two random auctions we put up for bid. I was outbid on Bowie promo and Motley Crue. Yeah, the Motley Crue was incredible. First press leather autographed by the band. What did that end up going for? It was a lot, $7,000 I think. That was incredible. So let's put Sherry Darnell on the Toucan Sam wait list and Carlene Rollins. Jerry Stone got one, and so did Chris Wood Sr. Leonard Skinner's at $25. Leonard Skinner's at $27. Looking for a $15 start on Sting. Paul Brothers also wants on the Toucan Sam waiting list, and that is a plush Funko product. So I feel like I've been through this crate 5 times, but in case you're just hopping on, AC/DC, Violent Femmes, Primus, Coolio, Stone Temple Pilots, Pink Floyd, Mr. Big, Saxon, All Them Witches, The Band, the Dandy Warhols, Deftones, and Icky Thump. Yes, you got an Icky Thump. James Bragg, you got an Icky Thump. I was just trying to buy a poster the other day, but it didn't work out too well. All right, final call on Sting. I'm about to make it a bite now, and I feel like there's going to be some people wishing they would have bid because I've got it started like half of retail right now. I'm really surprised no one's bid. I've sold these as much as $25 and $35 in this condition. I'm looking for a $15 start. I'm grabbing the first crate of vintage, and I'm bringing it over here to the table right now. James Bragg, you did get an Icky Thump. This red, the next Steely Dan, is going to be Asia instead of Katie Lyde. I saw that too. They're skipping around. They're not doing them in order. They're going to do Asia instead of Katie Lyde. They're probably trying to get Asia on the market before Christmas market time hits, because that's going to be a big one. Katie Lyde, though, is tough to get. They'll be surprised how many copies they sell of that. So, all right, Sting's a $15 buy it now. I know somebody's going to get it, probably Shane Devers. He tried just a moment ago. Let's see if he gets it this time. $15 buy it now. He does. $15 buy it now on that. He also has the high bid on Leonard Skinner for $27. Chris DiLorenzo, you're out. That's going once, going twice. Did I just see a Toucan Sam? You did. He's been a popular item tonight. We just need to keep him over here in the background all night. $19.99, we got a waiting list going for him. I hope I can get more. Toucan Sam. Fruit Loops. Boy, you know how many Fruit Loops I've ate? Individual Fruit Loops? Billions. I have supported this guy's family for years. I've bought a lot of his cereal. I've ate billions of Fruit Loops. Almond Brothers, Win, Lose, or Draw, $29.99, gatefold. Super nice copy. I also dug out some stuff for John to go ahead and price last night. I got some stuff for our premium sale Thursday night, and I gave John a lot of other great classic rock and leads on those. $29.99 for Almond Brothers, Win, Lose, or Draw. The Almond Brothers, Historia del Rock. I've never seen this compilation. It's $19.99. One Way Out, Wasted Words, Jessica, Ramblin' Man, and Melissa. Brandon Sanders also wants on. Right now there's a waiting list. I only ordered 2, and we've got now 4 people on a waiting list, but I can get more for Toucan Sam. 1999. The Allman Brothers and Latin Rogues, 1999. 3 Allman Brothers albums in a row. They're all 1999. Win, Lose, or Draw, Historia del Rock, and Enlightened Rogues. Those are all 1999. Greg Allman, Laid Back, is $29.99. Dandy Warhols, please. Did you not get one on your last invoice? You should have. Walt, did you check? I don't know if you missed me saying that, but I'm almost positive we pulled one and billed it on your last invoice. But if you're saying it's not on there, I'm going to sell this to you. Also, we have Sherry Darnell on Musica del Rock. Okay, let me see. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. James Bragg, you did get an Icky Thump. Steely Dan. Shane got Steve. Chris is out on Leonard Skinner. And are we still bidding on that? Wolves Council's at 29. And I knew I missed a claim in there. We have Chris DiLorenzo wanted a Violent Films. Chris DiLorenzo wants a Violent Films. And that is sold right here to Chris DiLorenzo. I guess these people at our front door we have a gigantic sign that says closed for online operations. We've literally made this gigantic board that says closed for online operations. 2 guys just walked up to the front door and started pulling on the door. There's something I've learned in retail. You can make signs, but most people don't look at them. They just walk right by them. They're not going to look at signs. Leonard Skinner. Most people will. Some people will. Most people won't. Leonard Skinner, $32. Leonard Skinner, $35. Greg Allman still available. Laid Back. This is something I haven't had in a while. Very clean copy. Has his cover of Midnight Rider and also These Days, a classic. That's $29.99. And, wow, we're on an Allman Brothers streak. This is Brothers and Sisters. Gatefold. Very nice copy. These are all super clean records. $34.99 for Allman Brothers. The Doors, Morrison Hotel. At first glance, looks beautiful. It's a black and red Electra. That's a repress from probably, I think that label's actually from the 80s. That is a super nice copy, though. $34.99. Shane's at $40 on Leonard Skinner. Wolves Council's out. And the Doobie Brothers, The Captain and Me, is $14.99. Let me go ahead and get a pretty cool auction going. This is, like I said, I went through, I wish y'all could see what I'm talking about in the back so you could visualize it. But we have these huge metal racks in the back that whenever we buy collections, we lay all kinds of miscellaneous items like this, just stuff we get in with record collections. There's everything from ticket stubs to CDs to posters to cassettes to toys. And last night I started pulling stuff off this shelf. I priced books, some music related, some not. But here's a really cool item. This is a Bing Crosby 17 disc, original 45. This is nothing new. This is actually, I think, from 1954. Incredible. It comes in this locking box. Latch. It's kind of has a latch mechanism here. Now, what I read is it did come with a key, but that's very difficult to find. That's usually lost. This will snap and lock. It comes with a book here. And this is 17 45s, all in Bing Crosby Decca Records sleeves. $15 start. 17 Bing Crosby 45s. It comes with the book that originally came with it and this signature Bing Crosby locking box with this awesome artwork. I meant to say signature artwork. That's very cool. It's got some golf going on there, his hat, his pipe, a Decca microphone. That's a $15 start. All that together. Wolves Council's at $40 on Leonard Skinner. Barber Jaggle by Donovan, $14.99 on Donovan. Also, the Doobie Brothers, The Farewell Tour, 2 LP live. This is $26.99. $26.99. B Smokers at $15 on the Bing Crosby set. Ringo's Rotogravure is $24.99. The Doobie Brothers, Minute by Minute with Michael McDonald, What a Fool Believes, $14.99. Very nice copy. Everything in here has been cleaned and checked. And these are also non-check condition, so they're very nice copies. Deep Purple Fireball, original green Warner Brothers label, about a VG or VG Plus cover, just for the ring wear, but that is $29.99. Ryan Christie on the Doobie Brothers Farewell Tour. Let's go ahead and sell Shane Devers, the Leonard Skinner, for $40. We got the Bing Crosby set now over here in slot 1. Bing Crosby's at $15 with B Smoker. That's going once, going twice. The Beatles tray. This is an original Beatles item. It was made in Great Britain. I think it is probably, based on the photos and from this era, it would have to be 64, probably 64, 65. It is a $30 start. It's an original item. You can see it was definitely used. Made in Great Britain. Paul, John, George, and Ringo. $30 start. Heavy too. And I'll include that in on your combined shipping. So I do have a couple things tonight that the starting bid, I want you to be aware, includes shipping, because we may have to ship it completely separate from your records. So just FYI, very cool. I've had this before. Very cool item. All right, Bing Crosby's at 20. The Beatles is at 30. Ozark Mountain Daredevils is $14.99. Ozark Mountain Daredevils. Dr. Hook, Belly Up. Dr. Hook is $19.99. Wear Your Love Like Heaven, Donovan, $12.99. Wear Your Love Like Heaven. Donovan's $12.99. Delaney and Bonnie, Genesis, $19.99. Delaney and Bonnie. Roger Daltrey, can't wait to see the movies, $14.99. Roger Daltrey from The Who. So the Bill Toes at 20 on the Bing Crosby. That's a 17-disc Bing Crosby 45 set. Tom Petty. John found this. I laid it out where he could get to it. I found this in a random bin that was mixed in with some like empty covers. It was just empty covers, and then I found this. It was a near mint Damn the Torpedoes, $34.99. Beautiful near mint OG copy of Damn the Torpedoes, $34.99. Also, this was very nice. 74 UK pressing of Jerry Garcia's Garcia, $34.99. White label. It's not a promo, but it's made in the UK, $34.99. It does have a clip corner, a little bit of writing there. Super nice vinyl. Jeff McMaster first to Tom Petty. We have Almond Joys, the early Almond Brothers, $34.99, featuring Dwayne and Greg Almond, $34.99, the Almond Joys. Roy Gallagher, Against the Grain. Roy Gallagher is $19.99. And Peter Frampton, Wind of Change. Peter Frampton is $19.99. Don't see that one as often. The Doobie Brothers Stampede, $14.99. All right, let's do some final calls. Bing Crosby, the Bing Crosby box set is at $20 with Bill Toe. David just bid $17, but the high bid is $20. And then the Beatles tray, this is an original item, I would say from 64 or 65, made in Great Britain. It says at the bottom, right down there. And that's at $30 with Jeff McMaster, and that's a final call. Chris is in on the Bing Crosby at 21. So new bid, and Roger Ramjet wants the Roy Gallagher, but the Beatles tray is at a final call for $30. The Hurdy-Gurdy Man, Donovan, $14.99. The Hurdy-Gurdy Man, very cool. Yellow Epic label, $14.99. I like that album. I like that song. Chris is also in on the Beatles tray at 31. Dr. Hook, Sometimes You Win. Dr. Hook is $14.99. Greetings from Asbury Park. Bruce Springsteen, $19.99. Bruce Springsteen, greetings from Asbury Park, his debut. The Doors, Soft Parade, is $34.99. Let's see what label. We always check the Doors label. That's a red electro. That's also a repress, meaning this isn't new like 180 gram. It's a vintage copy, but not the first label. Just like Morrison. I can't believe no one got Morrison Hotel. This is a beautiful copy. It's an 80s press probably, but it's so nice. Late 70s, early 80s. Deep Purple, made in Europe, is $26.99. And Foreigner Double Vision. Foreigner Double Vision is $19.99. Foreigner Double Vision, $19.99. Foghat Boogie Motel is $14.99. And Foghat Night Shift is $14.99. Foghat Night Shift. Deep Purple in rock. It has Off the Wall Records from Madison, Wisconsin price tag on it. Madison, Wisconsin. How fitting. $26.99 for Deep Purple in rock. Tray 31. Tray 33, Bing 23, Bing 25, Tray 35, Bing 27, Tray 37, Bing 30. We're now got some bidding wars going on for Bing and the tray. Bing and the Beatles. Ozark Mountain Daredevils, Don't Look Down, $14.99. This has one of their hit songs, Following the Way I Feel, $14.99 for Ozark Mountain Daredevils. And the Howlin' Wolf Sessions featuring Eric Clapton, Steve Winwood, Bill Wyman, and Charlie Watts, $34.99. I'll go ahead and reveal my third premium item we're going to be auctioning Thursday night. I've got an incredible book called Shutters and Blinds, or Blinds and Shutters. It's an autographed super deluxe jumbo book, and it's autographed by like 17 different people, and I'll reveal the first signature. One of them's autographed by Bill Wyman. So we got a Bill Wyman autographed book along with like 15 other signatures. It's a book called Blinds and Shutters, or Shutters and Blinds. That's big featured item number 3 for Thursday night. So Stevie Ray Vaughan autograph. We got the Warriors poster. We have an autographed Warriors poster, autographed by the entire crew and cast. It's authenticated. And then the Shutters and Blinds book it's kind of self-authenticated. It's like a limited edition book. You know the autographs are legit. You don't really have to have them authenticated. It comes with a letter of authenticity with the publisher. So for any Rolling Stones collectors, it's a really cool autograph. So I'm going to post and show the complete autograph list probably tomorrow. All right, so Bing Crosby 30, Bing Crosby 31, Bing Crosby 32. Fred Carnell wants Waters. What was Waters? And also somebody asked condition on the double vision. The cover is really solid. Yeah, I don't see really anything wrong with the cover, and it includes the original inner sleeve, Jeffrey DeLong. Bing 31, Bing 32, Fred Carnell wanted Waters. Now, what was that, Fred Carnell? Maybe you could let me know. Bing's at 33, Bing 35, Bing 36, and Jimmy Johnson, Bar Room Preacher. Jimmy Johnson is $24.99. Jeffrey DeLong says he'll take double vision. Fred Carnell is going to let us know what Waters is. Wasn't there a Muddy Waters? There was London Howlin' Wolf. I think you're getting your blues singers mixed up. We have London Howlin' Wolf sessions, if you want that one. Leadbelly is $19.99. This is the archive of folk music. Leadbelly is $19.99. Also, Elvis Burning Glove, $9.99. Fred Carnell wants Howlin' Wolf. I think we need to do a final call. The Beatles tray slowed down for a second. That's because Jeff McMaster's at 37. Chris DiLorenzo, you're out. Jeff McMaster has this for 37. And Chris is out on Bing Crosby, and that means David Johnson has it for $36. Jeffrey got double vision. Fred Carnell says he will take Howlin' Wolf. I think I just pulled that. And we have Janis Joplin Pearl, $34.99. Janis Joplin Pearl, $34.99. Very clean looking copy. ELO, a new world record, $19.99. Final call on the Beatles tray for $37. Chris, did you already say out on the tray? If you did, I'm going to go ahead and sell it pretty soon to Jeff, but you were the second bidder at $35. He's also out on that. So we're about to sell Bing and the tray. Deep Purple, Purple Passages, 2LP, $34.99. And Ragdoll, the Four Seasons, $14.99. Original Phillips label, $14.99 on Ragdoll, the Four Seasons. Bob Dylan at Budokan, 2LP. This is $24.99 for Bob Dylan at Budokan. Very clean looking copy, $24.99. Boz Scaggs, Middle Man, is $14.99. Boz Scaggs, Middle Man. All right, so the Beatles tray is sold to Jeff McMaster for $37. The Bing Crosby 17-disc box set with book from 1954. Very cool. That's sold to David Johnson. Tanner, that will all conveniently go right back in the box. That's sold to David Johnson for $36. I've got some more LPs to auction. The first is a copy. Is this the Pink Floyd Animals I found in the back the other day, or seen in the back? Yes, Seth located it. This is an OG 77 Terre Haute Pink Floyd Animals. We're going to send this off to a new home because I'm going to start it at just $25. Very clean vinyl. Now, I want you to be aware of the pressing information on Pink Floyd Animals. Pink Floyd Animals and Pink Floyd Wish You Were Here are notorious for not being pressed on the highest quality vinyl. So these things can look mint and they'll play like a VG Plus or an EX. I've never really found a quiet, near mint copy of Pink Floyd Animals. It's pretty much impossible. That's why so many people go to the remasters on these Pink Floyd albums. Now, if you want a true 77 pressing of Pink Floyd Animals, this is the go-to. It is the 77. It's got a really nice jacket, and that is a $35 start. So we don't have any condition notes on it, but anytime I sell a Pink Floyd Animals or Wish You Were Here, even a Dark Side of the Moon, I'll let people know the vinyl that Columbia was using in the 70s wasn't the best quality, and that's why it's really hard to find a quiet Pink Floyd. So that's why so many people buy the remasters. If you want a near mint copy, it's very tough to find them. They're almost near, far as sound quality, very tough to find. So that is a $35 start on Pink Floyd Animals. The Beatles live at the Star Club, $36.99, and we have the Peppermint Rainbow. Will you be staying after Sunday? The Peppermint Rainbow is $24.99. Paul McCartney Ram, very cool. Gatefold, very nice vinyl. That is $26.99 for Paul McCartney Ram. And Live Piece Toronto, John Lennon is $29.99, and that is a UK or a French copy. It says mono on the back, French mono, $29.99 for John Lennon, not Elton John. I get that mixed up so many times. And the California Poppy Pickers Hair Aquarius is $14.99. James Ostwich is at $25 on Pink Floyd. I could have swore I said $35, but if I did say $25, I'll take it. And who needs a Gene Simmons doll? Gene Simmons. Let's see what we got going on here. I found him in the back. I don't know which collection this is from. I don't know if it's from Wayne's batch or what, but he actually still plays, I think. Okay, I don't want to get muted for copyright violation, but as you see, he still works. He's a $10 start. Gene Simmons. I don't know if I have a year on him. It's definitely nothing really vintage, but they didn't give him too good of a... I mean, he's got a gigantic head, and his guitar's upside down, or his bass is upside down. I tried moving it, too, and yeah, I guess he's about to chop somebody up. But yeah, they didn't do a... I don't know. It's like they made him kind of fat, which... Gene, back in the day, he was very tall, and he really did look like a monster. He was a gigantic dude. All right, so that's now up for bid. That is up for bid. Pink Floyd's at $25. Pink Floyd's at $26. Pink Floyd's at $27. Kiss. Gene Simmons is at $10 or $15. French mono. Does that require quarantine? Yeah, that sounds like a sickness, doesn't it? Mark, I sold Ronnie Hawkins last night. I sold it last night. Gene 15, Gene Simmons 11, Pink Floyd 28. Let's go through this one more time. I'm just going to read titles. If you want prices or information, let me know. We have Allman Brothers, the Allman Brothers, Greg Allman, the Allman Brothers, The Doors, the Doobie Brothers, Donovan, Ringo Starr, the Doobie Brothers, Deep Purple, Ozark Mountain Daredevils, Dr. Hook, Donovan, Delaney and Bonnie, Roger Daughtry, Jerry Garcia, the Allman Brothers, also known as Almond Joys, Peter Frampton, the Doobie Brothers, Donovan, Dr. Hook, Bruce Springsteen, The Doors, Deep Purple, Foghat, Deep Purple, Ozark Mountain Daredevils, Jimmy Johnston, Leadbelly, Elvis, Janis Joplin, ELO, Deep Purple, Four Seasons, Bob Dylan, Bob Skaggs, The Beatles, Peppermint Rainbow, Ram. Somebody definitely needs to buy that. That's probably my favorite McCartney solo album, next to Band on the Run. Ram, Live Piece, and the California Poppy Pickers Hair Aquarius. Gene Simmons is at 16. Pink Floyd's at 31. Some people love it. Some people hate it. Of course, Dark Side of the Moon and The Wall. It's really hard. I mean, it's hard to grade and judge Pink Floyd albums, but this is my favorite. I mean, Dark Side of the Moon and The Wall are its own entity. Wish You Were Here. I mean, but that's my go-to, especially the track Dogs. That whole one side, Pigs on the Wing, and then Dogs. Pretty incredible stuff, if you ask me. You may not be asking me, though. All right, so what do we got? We got 2 auctions going. So I do have some quick buy it now stuff, some small little odds and ends that I priced and marked. The first is The Complete Guide to the Music of Eric Clapton. This is $5.99. The Complete Guide to the Music of Eric Clapton. Very cool little flip book. That's $5.99. John Lennon Collector's Edition. This includes 3 discs. It's $14.99, and it has a booklet. It's in a metal tin. John Lennon Collector's Edition, 3-disc metal tin. That's $14.99. Inside Pop, America's Top Teen Groups. This is an original paperback, I think, from the late 60s. It includes information about the Lovin' Spoonful, the Mamas and Papas, Four Seasons, Beach Boys, Simon and Garfunkel, and the Monkees. Lots of information in there. See if I got a copyright date on that. Inside Pop was published. It's $6.99, by the way. See if we can get a publishing date on this. Inside Pop. This is 1966, 67. Earlier than I thought it was. Inside Pop. It's all those mid-late 60s groups. And Abbey Road to Zapple Records. Abbey Road to Zapple Records, a Beatles encyclopedia by Judson Knight. This is $9.99. A Beatles encyclopedia. It doesn't look thick enough to have everything, but I guess that's a beginner's. $9.99. All right, so Pink Floyd was at 31. Pamela Green's at 16 on Gene Simmons. Sean's at 17. James is out on Pink Floyd. Gene Simmons is at 20. Carlene Rollins wants Inside Pop. That is so to Carlene Rollins. Gene Simmons is at 21. So I still got the Abbey Road to Zapple Records book. I have the John Lennon CD box and the complete guide to the music of Eric Clapton. Those little items are there. Most of the stuff I normally would have just priced and laid out around the store, but I figured I would show it to y'all first and see if y'all are interested before I lay it out here in the store, especially the smaller stuff that we can very easily put into your orders. All right, John's got us another crate here. Let me go through this right now. So tomorrow we're also going to be live. We've got lots of new vinyl coming in tomorrow along with new vintage stuff. Paul will be here pricing records. And then Thursday we've got a big sale going where we're going to be selling some premium autographs and also records. We got some high-end records that maybe we've had for a while. We're going to probably slash the prices and get those sold as auction as well. So update on our auctions. We have Matt Biggs is at 30 on the Pink Floyd Animals. I was waiting for this to get a couple more bumps because it's a 77 OG and it's very clean. Matt Biggs is at $30 on that. The Gene Simmons doll, and as you heard earlier, he does work. Sean Druin has that for $31. Sean Druin has that for $31. Paul Brothers on Lennon, the Lennon disc. Or, excuse me, Sherry Darnell. I was reading Paul's question. Sherry Darnell gets the John Lennon CD set. So if anybody wants the Beatles book, it's $19.99. If anybody wants the Eric Clapton book, it's $5.99. Okay, so as soon as these auctions are over, I'll sell some more. We have new vintage arrivals. Genesis Foxtrot. Genesis is $24.99. Genesis Foxtrot is $24.99 for Genesis Foxtrot. Also, live, B.B. King on stage. This is on the original Kent Records. $19.99. B.B. King live on stage, $19.99. And we have Mark Fallon on Genesis. The very best of the Everly Brothers. Very best of the Everly Brothers, 14. Sean's at 21 on Gene Simmons. This is a working Gene Simmons. He even sings Rock and Roll All Night. When you hold down and press this button, he's holding his axe there, ready to bust it. And the high bid on that is $21. We have a $30 bid on Pink Floyd. 8081, Pat Metheny, that is $24.99. Also, Grand Funk is $19.99. Grand Funk. We don't get this one as often. Orange Capital Label, the classic red cover, gatefold, $19.99. Autumn's at $25 on Gene Simmons. Stacy's at $24. Georgia Satellites in shrink wrap, $34.99, featuring Keep Your Hands to Yourself. Super nice copy, $34.99. Jeff McMaster wants Grand Funk. No condition notes on that one either. For some reason, that one's usually kind of trashed. Genesis with Peter Gabriel. Genesis with Peter Gabriel. This is a German compilation, $24.99. And Genesis in the beginning is $24.99. Donnie says, do you see my $31 bid? Donnie says, do you see my $31 bid? Donnie, I see it now up at the top. Donnie Haney is the high bidder on Pink Floyd. Let me clarify these one more time. Donnie has the high bid on Pink Floyd Animals. This is a 77 Terre Haute OG. Donnie Haney is the high bid at 31. This is a US 77 OG Terre Haute, pressed at Terre Haute, Indiana, United States, 1977. The Gene Simmons doll is now at 25, and then I don't know if Stacy, you meant to bid 28 or 38. I got Stacy at 38, but the next bid was 25. I don't know if she meant 28 or 38. She may have meant 38. We have, so yeah, Pink Floyd's at 31. Sean's out on Gene Simmons. No condition notes on Foxtrot. No. Pink Floyd 33. Michael Nass at 35. Creedence Clearwater Revival. Creedence Country, $29.99. Also, Grand Funk Live, with the poster, $34.99. Grand Funk Live with the poster. That is $34.99 for Grand Funk Live with poster. Deep Purple Burn is $26.99 for Deep Purple Burn, $26.99. Also, Focus Moving Waves. Focus is $19.99. Focus Moving Waves, $19.99. Stacy meant 28 on Gene Simmons. So Autumn, Stacy was at 28. Pink Floyd, we got 2 bids at 37. Carly Simon, Spy, $9.99. Ray Charles, Through the Eyes of Love is $19.99. Toucan Sam is sold out. He's a plush Funko figure. We have a waiting list. We got 4 people on a backup list for him. He is $19.99 if anybody else wants him. Matt Biggs is at $45 on Pink Floyd. The No Nukes concert. This is a 3LP live concert, $36.99. Stacy's at 28 on Gene Simmons. Autumn Betts is at 30. Pink Floyd's at 50. B.B. King, Back in the Alley, the classic blues of B.B. King. I don't know if I've ever had that one before. It's an MCA compilation, $19.99. Colin Butler, I'm assuming, is okay with the waiting list, Colin. It is a waiting list for Toucan Sam. Colin's not usually one to go on waiting list, but if you are, I'll add you to that list. Pink Floyd, Uma Guma is $44.99. Pink Floyd, Uma Guma, $44.99. 2LP Harvest. It doesn't have the Gigi cover, but it is a very nice looking copy. Cover is about VG Plus, $44.99. Pink Floyd's at 50 with Samuel Riviera. And Gene Simmons is at 33 with Stacy. Michael Nath wants B.B. King. Autumn's out on Gene Simmons. We have John Mayall, Down the Line. John Mayall is a 2LP, $29.99. Francis Drennan also on the Toucan Sam waiting list. And we have Genesis, A Trick of the Tail. Genesis is $24.99. Stacy wants to hear Gene sing. You can. You're the high bidder at 33. Now, Stacy, I hope the batteries don't die before he gets to you, but he is singing right now. That was my best puppeteering for Gene Simmons. That should increase it by $10 more right now. We have Bob Geldof, Deep in the Heart of Nowhere. Bob Geldof is $14.99. And Jay Giles, Freeze Frame, $19.99. Colin said no waiting list for him. He was just commenting. Jay Giles, Live Full House is $19.99. And Elton John is $19.99. This is his first debut album. This is a black MCA label from the early 70s. This album originally came out earlier, mid-70s I should say. Originally came out in 69. Rush Moving Pictures, we have it in stock. New and sealed. They're actually not sealed, but they're new. They just come in an open baggie. 180 gram direct metal mastering. They sound incredible. Rush Moving Pictures is $36.99. Rush Moving Pictures is $36.99. Okay, I think I need to get us updated on Pink Floyd. Samuel Riviera, I think you may be a high bidder and you may be a new customer. You have the high bid on this for right now at $50. It's a final call. It's a 77 OG first press of Pink Floyd Animals. Very nice. It's at a final call. Samuel has that for $50. If anybody wants to get in, now's the time. Francis on the Toucan Sam waiting list. And then we have Michael Grind on Freeze Frame. And before that, I need to do a final call on Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons is at $33 with Stacy Metternich. And now that's a final call. Okay, we have Bruce Springsteen Live, 5LP. That's the 5LP Live box set, $49.99. The Rolling Stones, Now Rollers. Is that what that says? Interesting, $34.99. Don't think I've seen that before. It's a Decca UK compilation of some sort. That is the Rolling Stones, $34.99. Prince is $34.99. Prince is $34.99, 1983 SRC press, $34.99. Also, Rolling Stones Milestones is a 71 QK, $39.99 for the Rolling Stones Milestones. That's the blue Decca label, $39.99. And Elton John, 11/17/70, $29.99. Bee Gees Greatest is $14.99. For the Bee Gees Greatest Hits is $14.99. Rush Clockwork Angels, $39.99. I don't know who it's pressed by. Final call. Actually, these are sold. Pink Floyd is sold to Samuel Riviera. Samuel, if you're a first-time buyer, we need to get your information, so we're going to share a link right now to our website. You get this for $50. We're going to send you a link to our website since you're on YouTube so we can get your first-time buyer instructions since you are a new customer. The way things work around here is we do $7 unlimited shipping. $7 unlimited shipping. That starts tonight for you since that's your first purchase, and that will go tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We're going to be doing 4 more of these. We're going to be in 4 more of these all night, every night until Saturday. Stacy, you also get Gene Simmons for $33. We have every Rush album in stock except for a couple. Hold Your Fire. They're all about $35 on average except for the first one. B.B. King, Rock Me Baby, is $19.99. B.B. King, Rock Me Baby. All in the Family is $19.99. This is in shrink wrap and it has the insert. All in the Family is $19.99. And Elvis Country is in shrink wrap. Elvis Country. That's an orange RCA label, very clean. $14.99. Samuel will get Pink Floyd. Thank you. There's the link to our website. Be sure just to fill that form out so we get your information. Rare Earth, One World. Rare Earth is $19.99. And Moody Blues, In Search of the Lost Chord. Nice looking gatefold copy. Durham original label for the U.S. and that is $19.99. And Tanner, I don't know if you missed it earlier, but Francis Drennan got on the Toucan Sam waiting list. Let me see what else I got here in this box. I may be showing you some pretty random stuff that's not even music related, but if that's okay. I have a feeling somebody's going to want this because I know we have a bunch of puzzle buyers on. And this has nothing to do with rock saws. I think this actually came from Wayne's collection. This is a Beatles Revolver 500-piece puzzle. $24.99. It's new and sealed. The Beatles Revolver. And I got some interesting stuff in here to auction. I got some original ticket stubs. Let me figure out how to do some of these. I got some original ticket stubs here. Ah, yes. Pink Floyd. Let me see what I got here. I do have some Pink Floyd. Who has the Cult? Let's do this right here. Carter. Let me see if I can get a year on this. Pink Floyd. It's definitely... I see Pink Floyd. Zopic Pro Motion. Section 1. I was hoping I could get a year. Here we go. 1987. There's a copyright on the back, 1987. So that has to be Momentary Lapse of Reason. Pink Floyd. I'm also trying to figure out maybe when or where. But the Ticketron stub says 1987. Pink Floyd. So Momentary Lapse of Reason for sure. And I really can't identify when or where. Well, it says 0504 Carter Finley Street. That might help us a little bit. Pink Floyd, Momentary Lapse of Reason, Era ticket stub, $7 start. $7 start on the Pink Floyd. And I have the Cult playing at the Cow Palace. The Cult playing at the Cow Palace. And that is, see if we get information here, December 27th, 1989. December 27th, 1999. The Cult at the Cow Palace. That's also a $7 start. $7 start on that. Okay, Michael Potts on the Revolver puzzle. That's sold to Michael Potts. Next is, we have, let's go ahead and go through the rest of this crate. All right, B.B. King, L.A. Midnight. That's in shrink wrap for $19.99. B.B. King, L.A. Midnight. That's in shrink wrap for $19.99. And the Mamas and Papas is $19.99. If you can believe your eyes and ears, featuring California Dreamin', Monday, Monday, and I Call Your Name. Very clean copy of the Mamas and Papas. Carter Finley was in North Carolina. There we go. So we got the Cow Palace for the Cult, and we have Pink Floyd that was playing at Carter Finley Stadium in North Carolina. That had to be 87, Momentary Lapse of Reason. That is $7 and $7 starts on those two there. Steve Miller Band, Living in the USA. $19.99, Steve Miller Band, Living in the USA. Also, Paul McCartney and Wings, Red Rose Speedway, $24.99 for Paul McCartney and Wings. Red Rose Speedway, $24.99. Van Morrison Live, 2-record set. That is $39.99. And Blood, Sweat, and Tears is $14.99. Blood, Sweat, and Tears is $14.99. Let me just read the titles in these one more time. I'm also going to put another LP while you're thinking about the ticket stubs. Let me put up another LP up for auction. We're going to do this just for a $10 start. This is the Rolling Stones Love You Live, 2 LP. The Rolling Stones, Love You Live. This is a 2 LP gatefold with the, let's see here. I was about to say with the original sleeves, but it looks like these have been replaced. That's why I always look. This is a $10 start. I'm assuming this came with original inner sleeves. I'm kind of seeing them in my head right now. Very clean vinyl though, but this is a $10 start, just a $10 start. The Rolling Stones, Love You Live. That's a 2 LP live concert. $10 start on that. Let me read the titles in this one more time as soon as I take a drink of water. Okay, let me read through these one more time. If you need any prices, let me know. We have B.B. King live on stage, the very best of the Everly Brothers. B.B. King is still available. Also, Georgia Satellites, Genesis Live with Peter Gabriel. Rich Shockley says he'll take the Mamas and Papas. That's so to Rich Shockley. I'm going to read through these one more time. If you need any prices or information, let me know. Creedence Clearwater Revival, Creedence Country, Grand Funk Live, Deep Purple Burn, Focus Moving Waves, Carly Simon Spy, Ray Charles, the No Nukes concert, Pink Floyd, Uma Guma, Taj Mahal is still available. Excuse me, that's John Mayall, not Taj Mahal. It kind of looked like Taj Mahal. Down the Line, and I don't think I've seen that one too many times. Genesis, A Trick of the Tail, Bob Geldof, Jay Giles Live, Elton John, self-titled, Bruce Springsteen, The Rolling Stones, Prince. Nobody got Prince. 1983 SRC press, $34.99. I figured that one would be gone. Also, no bids yet on the ticket stubs, $7 and $7. Final call before I make them a buy it now. And I'm looking for a $10 start on the Rolling Stones. Elton John. We also have the Bee Gees' Greatest Hits. That's the one that has Jive Talking, Saturday Night Fever, Staying Alive, You Should Be Dancing. That's $14.99. Also, B.B. King, Rock Me Baby, All in the Family, Elvis Country, Rare Earth, The Moody Blues, B.B. King, Steve Miller Band, Paul McCartney, Van Morrison, and Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Let me grab a new crate of vintage LPs to go through. Also see what else I got in here in this collectibles box or randomness. There's also like magazines. I don't know what else is all in here. Probably some sports related stuff. Let me see. This is a Smashing Pumpkins CD box set. I've also got a Grease cassette or a Grease VHS and a Grand Funk CD. This is the Smashing Pumpkins. The Aeroplane Flies High, $49.99. What I noticed with a lot of comps is this plastic is very yellowed. This one's still very wide. It's a complete 5 CD box set. The Smashing Pumpkins, The Aeroplane Flies High. That is $49.99. Grease, this is the 20th anniversary VHS. It is sealed, unopened, $6.99. And we have Grand Funk, We're an American Band, new sealed CD, $14.99. Looks like it was originally at Sam Goody for $15.88. This is remastered, has the original stickers just like the OG. That is $14.99. So Smashing Pumpkin CD box set, Grease, and Grand Funk. Chris Farrar wants the Prince out of the last crate. Let me go ahead and pull that. As soon as I set up our next crate of new vintage LPs, let me see what I've got coming up here. Let me take a peek in this one. Make sure there was nothing in here I needed or wanted to auction. So, Grand Funk maybe? Okay, I'll do that. Toby Grimm got a Grand Funk. Toby, was that for the Grand Funk Live that had the poster? If so, let me pull that for you right now. I've got those right over here. We had Prince, and I'm assuming that was for Grand Funk Live that had the poster. There's Grand Funk Live with the poster. And Prince was right in here. There's 2 more gone. I figured Prince would sell just because we never get it. It's OG and Grand Funk had the poster. So, if so, those are sold to Chris and Toby Grimm. All right, so, oh, no, he wanted the Grand Funk CD. He wants the Grand Funk CD, my bad. So, Prince on the LP. There's Grand Funk Live with the poster if anybody wants it for $34.99. Grand Funk's Live with the poster. And then the Smashing Pumpkins box set. The Smashing Pumpkins box set, CD box set was $49.99. The Grease VHS was $6.99, and that was sealed. I'm going to lay some of this stuff right up here. Let me do that right now. That's over here in the cash register taking money out. Mark Lent says he's at 10 on the Rolling Stones. Final call. Mark Lent, you're at 10 on the Rolling Stones. I'm going to go ahead and make that a final call. And if anybody wants these ticket stubs, $7 and $7. Pink Floyd and the Cult. If anybody wants those for $7 and $7. Let's go through another crate of new vintage stuff. I'm also going to go ahead and start a new auction, which is this Roger Waters original tour program from the pros and cons of hitchhiking. It's actually pretty tough to find a comp on this. Most of them were only in the UK. So I don't know if this was the UK tour book. It says printed in England because the US had nothing to do with the original artwork. It was just like black and red. And that is a this is a $75 start. Roger Waters, the pros and cons of hitchhiking, original tour book. And I think this is the UK version. $75 start on that. Pretty tough to find some comps on that. Mark Lent has the Stones for $10, and that's a final call. Is Trinket Tuesday staying in the rotation? It probably could. It probably could. I have enough trinkets. I'm going to be working on some more tomorrow or tonight as well, probably for Wednesday night sale. Aerosmith Live Bootleg. This is a 2 LP, super nice looking copy, $34.99 for Aerosmith Live Bootleg. Also, Willie Nelson Sings Christofferson. Willie Nelson Sings Christofferson, $14.99. Anita Baker giving you the best that I got. Anita is $9.99. The Grassroots Loving Things. The Grassroots is $14.99. Also, Elvis, You'll Never Walk Alone, $9.99. An Evening with Groucho, as in Groucho Marx, $26.99. And Eric Clapton, $461 Ocean Boulevard. Eric Clapton is $34.99. Let's sell the Rolling Stones to Mark Lent for $10. That's sold at auction. Looking for a $75 start on Roger Waters. Here's Louis Armstrong. That's in shrink wrap for $9.99. Also, the Beach Boys is $12.99. That's a Pickwick compilation. Ray Charles Live in Concert, $19.99. Ray Charles Live in Concert, $19.99. The Many Moods of Tony Bennett, $9.99. And that is on the original Columbia 2i. Dan Benedict on LA, which is Louis Armstrong. That's sold to Dan Benedict. 25 Years of Recorded Comedy. That is a 2 LP compilation for $29.99, featuring the works of Lenny Bruce, Richard Pryor, Lily Tomlin. I see Cheech and Chong, National Lampoon, Monty Python. That is $29.99. 25 Years of Recorded Comedy. Straight Shooter, James Gang. This is $19.99 for the James Gang Straight Shooter. Mick Jagger, Primitive Cool is $19.99. Mick Jagger, Primitive Cool. And the Dave Brubeck Quartet, Bossa Nova USA. This is in shrink wrap. Columbia 2i, $19.99 for the Dave Brubeck Quartet. The Yes album is $19.99. The Yes album is $19.99. Also, Brandon Jackson on Mick Jagger. I have not seen a James Brown Apollo. If we do, it will definitely be put up for auction because those are hard to find in high grade. Rare Earth is $14.99. That's a Rare Earth self-titled for $14.99. Happy Trails, Quicksilver Messenger Service. Happy Trails is $26.99. Hank Williams Jr.'s Greatest Hits is $24.99. Thomas Hujar on James Gang, JG. That's sold to Thomas Hujar. Also, Charlie Daniels Band, T. John Grease and Wolfman. That's $24.99. Gold stamp promo. Willie Alexandra and the Boom Boom Band, $19.99. Willie Alexandra. Johnny Winter is $19.99. Johnny Winter and $19.99. If anybody wants the Roger Waters tour book, it is a $75 buy it now if anybody wants that. And just a reminder, I still got the Cult and the Pink Floyd ticket stubs for $7 and $7 if anybody wants those. I'm going to lay those right up there. We've auctioned this before, and then we realized it was missing a disc. This is an unofficial Rolling Stone CD box set called Voodoo Brew, and I sold it on here, and then we come to find out later it was missing a disc. But it's a pretty cool set. It is missing a disc. I forgot which one, but it also includes this book, and this was, back when you could sell this on eBay, it was a $100 plus CD box set all day. So I think it's missing a disc. Yeah, I think I had it marked 100, and then we put it up for auction. There were several people bidding on it, and I think it's missing a disc. But this is Voodoo Brew. It's a Rolling Stones unofficial CD box set, and that is a $20 start. The Rolling Stones. It is missing a disc. It's missing one of the 3 discs. $20 start on that. Let's see. The Pink Floyd we determined was from North Carolina, from the Momentary Lapse of Reason tour. North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium. That was a $7 buy now. Any of these that don't sell tonight, I am going to be putting them probably on eBay, because there's always people looking to collect ticket stubs. There's people going back looking to collect ticket stubs from stuff they had. Also don't really know what to do. These are original photographs that the guy in Atlanta took pictures of. There's Crosby, Stills, and Nash. A lot of these are photographs from those concerts where he attended, where he got those autographs. These are photos he took. There's Peter Frampton. So if you bought some of those Peter Frampton autographs, those are original photographs that the guy from Atlanta took the night he got those autographs. There's Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I think those are the Emerson, Lake, and Palmer ones. Some of these I kind of can identify, but that's what those are. If anybody's interested, I can put those up for auction. And let's see, I think we got Rod Stewart and some others in here. There's some in here I really hadn't identified. So, all right, Robert Plant, Now and Then is $19.99. Robert Plant, Now and Then, $19.99. The Rolling Stones is a $20 start, by the way. 10 years after, Alvin Lee and Company. 10 years after, Alvin Lee and Company is $19.99. Thomas Hujar wants Robert Plant. That's sold to Thomas. Robert Palmer, Heavy Nova, featuring Simply Irresistible, $19.99 for Robert Palmer. Frankie Avalon, 15 Greatest Hits. Frankie Avalon is $9.99. Jeff, if you're interested in the CSN pictures, I don't think Neil was with them at the time. Let's see, we got a packet of, there's several in here. I was thinking a $10 start. There's a bunch in here. I was thinking a $10 start on all of them. Let's see here. Yeah, there's several. Yeah, there's Neil. I don't know if that's from the same show, but yeah, I'm assuming, yeah, there's Neil. Very cool. These are original photographs. Neil Young. Very, very cool. There's Crosby, Stills, and Nash. There's Stephen, David, and Graham. That one's kind of blurry. That one's kind of blurry. That one's really blurry. There's another really good shot of Neil. That one's kind of blurry. And this had to be somewhere in Atlanta. That's a more wide shot, but you can see. It looks like Crosby, Stills, and Nash was on stage, and then Neil Young came out. And I think that's how they did a lot of their concerts. Sometimes he was out there with them, but I think a lot of times it was Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and then Neil Young would come out. So $10 start if anybody's interested in those. And I think Jeff's one of the people who bought one of the, I think, autographs from that night. Maybe. If that's from the show. I can't confirm that's from the show. I probably could text him and find out, but that's on that. So, all right. Nita Baker, Rapture is $9.99. Also, who do we have here? Tony Bennett. Doesn't look like, oh, that says Tony Make It Happens. This is $9.99. Jeff says, let's text. I will. Dave Brubeck Dave Brubeck's Greatest Hits, $19.99. Dave Brubeck's Greatest Hits, that's $19.99. And I Left My Heart in San Francisco, $9.99. Eric Clapton Slow Hand is $34.99. Very clean copy, RSO pressing on Eric Clapton Slow Hand. And Elvis, Legendary Performer, Volume 2. This is $12.99. Elvis, Legendary Performer, Volume 2. Joan Armatrading, Whatever For Us. Joan Armatrading is $9.99. Also, the Andrews Sisters, the best of the Andrews Sisters, $12.99. Elvis Presley, How Great Thou Art, his very popular gospel album, $9.99. And Sammy Davis Jr., I've Gotta Be Me. Sammy Davis is $9.99. Let me put these away. I'm going to confirm maybe some of these. Maybe I can get exact shows. It's pretty easy to find what shows they're from if he can tell me approximately what year. Looks like also stuff from like a boxing match or something he was at. Kind of looks like Muhammad Ali, so might be some pretty cool. Some of these I might need to run on eBay. The Griffin Park Collection, Stanley Clarke, Chick Corea, that's $19.99. And the Beach Boys, Little Deuce Coupe, $12.99. If anybody wants the Rolling Stones CDs, $20 buy it now on those. If anybody's interested in those, please let me know. I was trying to also find any more ticket stubs that we may be interested in. Look on the back for the print date. I don't think these show. No, these just say this paper manufactured by Kodak. But if you look up Atlanta concerts or maybe Crosby, Stills, and Nash, I always go to setlist.fm. Setlist.fm is a really good resource. That's how I look up a lot of concerts I've been to, but also sometimes when I've had memorabilia or stuff from shows. All right, so that's available if anybody wants it. We have the Essential Jimi Hendrix Volume 2. This is complete with the bonus 45. The Essential Jimi Hendrix Volume 2. It is near mint. It also includes the bonus 45 of Gloria, written by Van Morrison. This is a $25 start. The Essential Jimi Hendrix Volume 2. Near mint compilation with the bonus single. Isaac Hayes Hot Buttered Soul is $24.99. Isaac Hayes Hot Buttered Soul. That's on the Enterprise label. $24.99 for Isaac Hayes. Roseanne Cash 7-year ache. $9.99 for Roseanne Cash. 25 Rock Revival Greats. A K-Tel compilation. This is $9.99. This is rock and roll, mid-50s, late 50s, early 60s, 25 tracks. Colin Butler wants Isaac Hayes. That's sold to Colin Butler. Stacy Metternich on K-Tel. That's sold to Stacy Metternich and Patsy Cline's Greatest Hits. This is actually sealed. It's an MCA pressing. Sealed Patsy Cline, $29.99. By the way, the Stones was missing disc 1. I think I already said that though. And let me see what else I have over here. This is an interesting deal if anybody has a reel-to-reel player. I know a couple people do. This is an Elvis broadcast. I looked up the date. I believe this was something that was sent to radio stations August 23rd, 1977. I believe he died on the 15th or the 16th. And so this was probably released because he was obviously well in the news because of his death. But this is a 90-minute Elvis special. It's on reel-to-reel, made for a radio station. It's a 90-minute special that's on 2 reel-to-reels. It tells about it here. Suggest you try to schedule it at your option on Labor Day weekend. Pre-promote for 3 days. This show is on 2 10.5-inch reels with no breaks for commercials, etc., etc. So that is 2 reels. It's an Elvis broadcast from a radio station. If anybody's interested, $20 start. $20 start on the Elvis for Elvis collector or somebody that wants to listen to it that has a reel-to-reel player. He died on the 16th, yeah. And this was sent out to be, this letter was dated August 23rd on that. $20 start on that. Michael Nath is at $25 on Jimi Hendrix. And we have Kingfish. Kingfish with Bob Weir, $19.99. Kingfish. Also, Super Hits Volume 3. $19.99, Super Hits Volume 3. This is a good one. Aretha Franklin, Booker T, Cream, Sunshine Your Love, Percy Sledge, Sam and Dave. That is $19.99. That's Super Hits Volume 3. The Roots of Rock and Roll. The Roots of Rock and Roll, $24.99. Big Maybelle, Paul Hucklebuck Williams, and others. The Savoy Sessions, $24.99. Also, Johnny Winter is $19.99. Johnny Winter, that is on a Columbia 2i, very clean looking copy. $19.99 on Johnny Winter. Merle Haggard and Willie Nelson, Poncho and Lefty, $14.99. Shane Devers is at $27 on Jimi Hendrix. Shane has that for $27, going once, going twice. The Four Tops Live, and the Four Tops is in shrink wrap. That's on Motown too, has the original price tag on the back, $19.99. Gideon Whedon on Merle and Willie. That's sold to Gideon. The Gene Krupa Story. That looks like an early record on Verve Hi-Fi. It is. Blue Verve label. Gene Krupa Story is $19.99. And we also have Donny Hathaway in performance. Donny Hathaway is $24.99. Clyde McPhatter, Songs of the Big City. Clyde is $29.99. So, Shane, you're outbid on Jimi Hendrix. Michael Nath has that for $30. Final call if anybody wants in on the Elvis reel-to-reel broadcast for a $20 start. I have 2 CD box sets here. The first one is called Moody Blues Time Traveler. It is sealed. The shrink is torn at the top, but it is sealed for $14.99. The Moody Blues is a 4 disc and bonus disc Moody Blues CD box set, $14.99. And this was surprisingly pretty desirable based on what I saw on Discogs. This is called the Heavy Metal Box Set. It's a 4 CD set with book. It looks like a Marshall amp. $49.99. This is the Heavy Metal CD box set. It looks like a Marshall amp. That is $49.99. And then the Moody Blues Time Traveler is $14.99. and it's sealed. It's just torn at the top. Jimi Hendrix 30 and 32. Matt Biggs wants the Kingfish. Matt Biggs, you get the Kingfish. Let me read through these titles one more time to see what we have in here. If you need prices or information, let me know. We have Aerosmith Live, Willie Nelson and Chris Christopherson, or Willie Sings Christopherson. Let me clarify that. Anita Baker, The Grassroots, Elvis, Evening with Groucho Marx, Eric Clapton, The Beach Boys, Ray Charles, Tony Bennett, 25 years of recorded comedy, Dave Brubeck, Yes, Rare Earth, Quicksilver, Hank Williams Jr., Charlie Daniels, Willie Alexander, Johnny Winter, 10 Years After, Robert Palmer, Frankie Avalon, Anita Baker. We have Tony Bennett, Dave Brubeck, Tony Bennett, Eric Clapton, Elvis, Joan Armatrading, Andrew Sisters, Elvis, Sammy Davis Jr., The Griffin Park Collection, The Beach Boys, Little Deuce Coupe, Roseanne Cash, Patsy Cline was sealed. Super Hits Volume 3, The Roots of Rock and Roll, Johnny Winter, Four Tops Live, Gene Krupa, Johnny Hathaway, and Clyde McPhatter. Jimi Hendrix, 30, 32, and 35. And if anybody wants the Elvis reel-to-reels, they are a $20 buy it now. $20 buy it now if anybody wants those. I was going to also try them on eBay at some point. Let me see what I've got here in our next crates. Let me take a peek ahead and see what we've got. I'll probably show this one next and see what we have in here. We've got two other crates of new vintage arrivals for tonight. Looks like some pretty good titles in here. I see some Fleetwood Mac that looks pretty nice. And, wow, that's an interesting Sly and the Family Stone. Let me take a look at that for a second. I don't know if I've ever had that before. I might have to keep that one. I'm going to show it to y'all. I'm going to have to check my collection, but I don't know if I've had that one before. And, uh-oh, we got a couple things in some shrink wrap. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Let's see here. How much is Gene Krupa? Jesse was $19.99. Sherry Darnell wants Super Hits Volume 3. That was from the previous bin. Sherry Darnell wants Super Hits Volume 3. Gene Krupa was $19.99. Let's pull that. And so Super Hits Volume 3. That's sold to Sherry Darnell. Next was Shane Devers. You're at 37 on Jimi Hendrix. Roger Ramjet said he will take the Elvis Presley reels for $20. That's sold to Roger Ramjet for $20. Michael Nass out on Jimi Hendrix. And that means Shane has it for $37. Jesse said he will take the Gene Krupa story. Let's go ahead and pull that for Jesse. Gene Krupa story. All right. This is a pretty neat item. I was thinking about auctioning it, but I went ahead and priced it as a buy it now. It is an original Beatles pocket mirror. I think from '64, 1999. It's an original Beatles pocket mirror from 1964, $19.99 on that. Very cool item. Paul, John, George, and Ringo. That is sold to Stacy Metternich. Jesse Rome got the Gene Krupa. And final call on Jimi Hendrix, and that's because Shane Devers has that for $37, and that's a final call. All right, let's go ahead and show the next crate. Kenny Rogers, Love Lifted Me. Kenny Rogers, I don't see that one as often. If I do, it has a different cover or something. But Kenny Rogers is $9.99. Harry Chapin, Portrait Gallery, $9.99. Tina Marie, Irons in the Fire, $19.99. Also, Marvin Gaye is a 1987 Spain, $29.99. This is Midnight Love, 1987 Spain, $29.99. Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison and at San Quentin. That's a 2-in-1. I haven't seen that in a while. $39.99. The heavy metal box was $49.99. Jimi Hendrix is sold to Shane Devers for $37. That's sold to Shane Devers. Let me go ahead and get a new auction going. How about the classic Cosmos Factory? And how about a classic Leonard Skinner Nothing Fancy? Now, Nothing Fancy is almost near mint minus. We went ahead and graded it a EX, but this is OG Nothing Fancy with the original inner sleeve. That's the original first MCA label. Original inner sleeve, Nothing Fancy. That is now up for bid, and the high bid for the start, you got to be the high bid to start, right? Just $15 on Leonard Skinner Nothing Fancy. Same starting price on Creedence Clearwater's Cosmos Factory. Original press, original label. It also has the original inner sleeve. VG Plus on the vinyl, $15 start. $15 start is the Kenny All Gospel. Kenny is Abraham, Martin, and John, Precious Memories, Runaway Girl. No, I don't think that's all gospel. I don't consider Abraham, Martin, and John be a gospel track per se. I've got a couple new puzzles, but they're not rock saws. Let me show this stuff too. It is Trinket Tuesday. That's what Jeff McMaster called it, Trinket Tuesday. The first is Seinfeld. It's a Festivus sweater. 1,000 piece that's shaped puzzle. It's actually die cut and actually shaped like a sweater. Seinfeld Festivus. These are all $24.99. Officially licensed from Seinfeld. I have all this stuff that I need to watch. All these movies and TV shows, and guess what? Every night I'm still watching Seinfeld. I've seen every episode hundreds of times and I'm still watching it. The classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer 1,000-piece puzzle. That's kind of rectangular. That's also $24.99. Very cool here. Batman, 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, Batman through the years. You got them from 1939 all the way up to the modern Batman. That's also new and sealed for $24.99. And this is really cool. Andy Warhol with the Marilyn Monroe. If you can't afford the original painting that's like $10 billion, then you can buy the puzzle for $24.99. It has the famous Andy Warhol pop art of Marilyn Monroe there. And it's 24-page double-sided. That's $24.99. That's a few new puzzles we got in. They're all $24.99. I like puzzles. Very sentimental for me. Me and my dad used to have what we called a puzzle club. That's what we did during the winter. We put together Charles Wasaki puzzles. I've been trying to buy some that I can remember us putting together as a kid. They're very cool. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Charles Wasaki, but we sell a bunch of those, or we used to have a bunch of those. I try to find them, but they're tough to get. Some of the originals, like from 1984, that's the ones that we had, that he had back when he bought them new back then. CCR, so let's see here. CCR is at 20. Jeff McMaster said he's going to pass on the Seinfeld. CCR is at 25. Leonard Skinner's at 20. Francis wants the Rudolph puzzle. Francis got the Rudolph puzzle. Tracy Miller, you were back up on that. And Carlene Rollins wants the Batman puzzle. So that leaves Andy Warhol and Seinfeld, if anybody wants those. Festivus and Andy Warhol. Those are, if anybody wants those, they're still available. Festivus and Andy Warhol. Excuse me. So Skinner's at 20 and Stephen Napoli's at 25 on CCR. And by the way, Stacy got that earlier. Tanner probably didn't see it laying there, but that's that Beatles mirror. That's sold to Stacy. Johnny Cash, I Walk the Line. This feels like an original 2i. It is. Columbia 2i. That's weird. At the bottom it says guaranteed high fidelity. It don't say 360 sound. It must be in mono because it's a mono jacket. That's $19.99 for Johnny Cash. Also, Bob Seger, Against the Wind. Bob Seger is $24.99. Willie Nelson, Family Bible, is $14.99. And Willie Nelson, Always on My Mind, with shrink wrap and hop stickers. Super nice looking copy, $14.99. Mark Fallon on Johnny Cash, I Walk the Line. Also, Original Gold Soul, 21 all-time soul greats, 2 LP compilation, $19.99. Thomas Bowman takes the Willie Nelson. We have Gideon second. Final call on Leonard Skinner. Ryan Anderson has it for 20. Stephen Napoli has CCR for 25. Number 1 Motown Monster Hits. That's a Pickwick compilation. But look at the artist, and that's only $14.99. Marvin Gaye, Gladys Knight, Smokey Robinson. Stevie Wonder, In Square Circle, $24.99. Brooks is in on Leonard Skinner at 21, and Mark's in on Cosmos Factory at 28. Matt's in at 30. Brick, featuring the hit All the Way, shrink wrap and hop sticker, $14.99. Elvis, The Other Sides, Worldwide Gold Award Hits Volume 2, $29.99. Elvis. Also, Rick D's Weekly Top 40, $39.99 from 1986. Very cool. John Cougar, Madonna, Robert Palmer. There's some ads, original radio ads. The Outfield, All the Love in the World, The Fix. Very cool. That's Rick D's. That is $39.99. Tommy Flowers wants to know the brick price. Tommy, that is $14.99. So CCR is at 30 and Leonard Skinner's at 22. Mark Fallon, you're outbid on Cosmos Factory. Anybody else as well? We have Jefferson Starship Spitfire, $14.99. Sly and the Family Stone's Greatest Hits, $14.99. That is on the original Epic label, super clean looking copy. That is some great music there. Hooters, Nervous Night is $16.99. Tommy Flowers says he will take Brick. That's sold to Tommy Flowers. Steve Winwood, Chronicles. This is a Steve Winwood's Greatest Hits solo, $19.99. Very clean. That is Steve Winwood, $19.99. Also, we have Genesis 3 Sides Live, $34.99. All right, let me grab a few. These may get really random here, okay? The first thing is the book that goes with the Rolling Stones box set. This, I had a box that was missing the disc. Don't know where they're at. That's the way we got it. So this is just the book. If anything, if you're missing the book, you obviously need it. But it's actually a really cool Rolling Stones book. It has pictures, lyrics, information, photographs, and that's $5.99. So if anything, it's just a cool Stones book. That's $5.99. This is a Ted Williams, Mickey Mantle photograph. Those are facsimile signatures, $4.99. Also, let's see what we have here. These are sports related, but I'll show them anyway. This is, I don't know. This is Alex Webster, 1965. I don't know if that's the artist or the football player. New York Giants, number 29. I'm unfamiliar with that, but that might be an original sketch, $4.99. Also, this is an original ad for Presto Light batteries that featured Otto Graham, Hall of Fame football player. That's $4.99. And if we have any Texas football, this is Darrell Royal, head coach for Texas, I think in the early mid-70s. That's a Sports Review magazine, $6.99. And I have some guitar tab books, or I should say tab books. The first is Jefferson Starship Red Octopus, $6.99. So tab, this is Jefferson Starship Red Octopus. We also have the Rolling Stones Emotional Rescue, Peter Frampton Comes Alive, and the Rolling Stones For Easy Guitar, Volume 3. And that's another Rolling Stones tab book. A&G Beast of Burden. Now, some of these tab books are hard to find. I couldn't actually find a Frampton. There was another one with an alternate cover that had sold for like $60 or something. So, very interesting there. Okay, let me go back up to the top. Ryan was at 22 on Leonard Skinner. That's now going twice, going 3 times. And then Cosmos Factory, Mark Fallon's at 32. So 22 and 32 on that. Steven bid 30 on CCR. Mark Fallon's already at 32. Brooks out on Leonard Skinner. Tommy Flowers gets the Rolling Stones book. That's sold to Tommy Flowers. Master was second. Shane Deaver says he will take the Ted Williams and Mickey Mantle photograph. That's sold to Shane Deavers. Clay Moore wants Sports. Is that Sports Review magazine? Clay, if so, that's sold to you. Carol Puckett on Rolling Stones. And let me know if that, let's see, for the guitar tab. Okay. So, Carol, there's 2 Rolling Stones tab books. I guess technically you have dibs, but we have Volume 3 for Easy Guitar, and we have the Emotional Rescue. You may want both of those, but let me know. They're both $6.99. Actually, $6.99 and $6.99. Yes, so we'll see which one he wants. Then also, Jeff H. put Dr. Sport. Not for sure what that was. We have Otto Graham, this guy, and then the Frampton Comes Alive and Jefferson Starship is still available. I think he wants ER for Emotional Rescue. Okay. And so Stephen Napoli's at 35 on CCR. Yes, VG Plus. And then Leonard Skinner's at 25. He says he'll take both. Clay Moore says Dr. Sport. Or no, that was Jeff H. We got Clay Morris correctly with the sports magazine. Paul Brothers wants Peter Frampton. Paul Brothers wants the Peter Frampton. I'll turn that one sideways. Matt's at 35 on Leonard Skinner. So I'll figure out what Jeff H. wanted, but that leaves these 2 deals and Jefferson Starship. These 2 deals. That's like a cutout of a magazine. That's what this is. It's ads cut out of a magazine. Not for sure what that really is. I don't know if that's an original sketch or a print or what. Those are from Fred Goodwin's collection. That's a random box. That's a random box of Fred Goodwin stuff. There's no telling what you'll find in his garage. There's a prime example. Autograph. You could open up a box. It could be full of Hall of Famer baseball autographs, or it could be full of guitar tab books. But we bought the whole garage, so we got to go back and get the rest. We probably got 2 trailerfuls of stuff in his garage that we've bought and paid for, but we hadn't moved yet because we don't have anywhere to put it. I'm talking 2 full box trailers. Okay, CCR is at 40, and Leonard Skinner is at 25. Harry Chapin, Greatest Stories Live, $14.99. Charlie Daniels Band, The Devil Went Down to Georgia, sealed, $29.99. That's never been opened, $29.99. This is Carlos Santana. This is Oneness. Carlos Santana is $19.99. Also, Indecent Exposure, some of the best of George Carlin. I can go ahead and say that's sold. George Carlin is $14.99. $14.99. All right, I got 2 pretty cool CD and DVD box sets. This was actually quite pricey on eBay compared to sold listings. This is David Bowie Glass Spider. David Bowie Glass Spider. That's $29.99. That's a DVD and 2 CD. David Bowie Glass Spider. Sorry, that's a tongue twister. I don't know a lot about that, but it's $29.99. Also, the Beach Boys. This is $34.99. 30 Years of the Beach Boys. This was actually quite pricey on Discogs. It also includes the book, the bonus CD, and there's a Beach Boys sticker in here. Everything is mint and pristine, and that is pretty much some of the most collected. Yeah, 141 Beach Boys songs. It also includes a bonus CD. This is the first pressing of that as well. So there you have it. CCR is at 40. CCR is at 43. Michael Thrower wanted CD. Let me know what that was. CD, George Carlin, Charlie Daniels, maybe Charlie Daniels. Charlie Daniels to Michael Thrower. Fred Carnell wants the David Bowie CD and DVD set. And I think we're caught up. No one got George Carlin. That's very surprising. Louis Armstrong is $9.99 for Louis Armstrong. John Mayall, Blues from Laurel Canyon. John Mayall is just $14.99. Fleetwood Mac Mirage, $19.99. Fleetwood Mac Mirage, that is $19.99. Also, the Fifth Dimension High on Sunshine, $12.99. The complete Fats Domino, $19.99. Fantastic Four, BYOF, Bring Your Own Funk, that is $19.99. And Faces Long Player, this is a reissue cover because it has this filled in with a picture and it's not die cut. That's Rod Stewart and Faces, $29.99. Denise wants Fleetwood Mac Mirage, FMM. That is so to Denise. Mark's out on Cosmos Factory. Let's do a final call. Matt Biggs is at 43 on CCR. This is a VG Plus OG copy of Cosmos Factory. Matt Biggs is at $43. Final call. Nothing fancy. Shane Devers has that for $25. That's a final call. Sorry I've neglected those. Been showing other stuff. I get distracted. Jeff McMaster wants Funk. And Tammy says, how much is BB? The Beach Boys box set is $34.99. $34.99. That's a lot of Beach Boys music. What did it say? 6 hours worth? Pretty much the completed works of the Beach Boys. Okay. Let's see here. Let's finish going through this crate. I'm going to pull some new auctions in just a second. There's going to be air horns on Thursday. Yes. No air horns tonight. Well, there might be. You never know. I might bring out something. But yeah, there'll be hopefully 2 or 3 air horns on Thursday. Fog hat full for the city, $16.99. Fog hat full for the city. Slow ride, take it easy. Chris Ferrara on Louis Armstrong. That's sold to Chris Ferrara. And we have Fleetwood Mac, Future Games, just $24.99. There's also vinyl tomorrow, yes. I don't think we're going to do coins and knives. We're going to try to do coins and knives on Sunday, actually, if we can make it happen. So Fleetwood Mac, Leonard Skinner sold to Shane Devers for $25. And Cosmos Factory is sold to Matt Biggs for $43. Those are sold and sold. Next is Marco Martinez on Fog Hat. Kelly Bagwell, you were second. We have Fleetwood Mac Future Games. Also, Fleetwood Mac Live is $36.99. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, 9 Tonight, is $29.99. Matt Biggs, you were third on Fog Hat. The Yardbirds Great Hits, $19.99. The Yardbirds Great Hits. Rod Stewart Foolish Behavior, $14.99. Rod Stewart Foolish Behavior. That contains limited edition full-size poster, and it's in there. Does include the poster. Rod Stewart is $14.99. Wishbone Ash, New England, $19.99. Gray Slick and Paul Cantor. This is Jefferson Starship, $14.99. Mahogany Rush 4 is $19.99. And this is Wings Wildlife, $24.99. Wings Wildlife, $24.99. Jeff McMaster on Rod Stewart. Jeff McMaster on Rod Stewart. If Tammy passes on the Beach Boys, I would like it. Tammy Hinkle, let me know if you want the Beach Boys CD box set. If you don't, we're going to sell this to Sherry Darnell. Next is Thomas Hujar on MR, which is Mahogany Rush. We've been selling a lot of Mahogany Rush lately. And we have the Ray Charles Story Volume 4. Well, I don't know if I've ever seen Volume 4 before. $19.99. I've seen 1, 2, 3, and that is $19.99. What's the pricing condition of double cash LP? My finger went right to it. This is super clean, no condition notes. Also, pretty much no wear on the covers either. Nice gatefold. That is $39.99. That's both concerts in one. If you think about it that way, $20 and $20. Not bad for Folsom Prison and San Quentin. Let's go through this crate one more time. I'm just going to read through titles. Let's see if I have any more auctions over here I can pull. I see Lou Reed. I see Blow Up. I see some kind of punk record. I see an Abbey Road. I see another Leonard Skinner. And I see a George Strait. I see a John Prine. I see a Van Halen. Let's do Leonard Skinner and Van Halen. Let's do Leonard Skinner and Van Halen. Now, we're going to sell this. I have a feeling somebody is definitely going to bid because I'm just going to start it at $25. I repeat, $25. This is Leonard Skinner, Street Survivors. The vinyl's VG Plus condition. Gatefold. There is the Leonard Skinner merchandise insert. It actually has 2 in there. Whoever was packing this at the factory slipped 2 of those in there. That's the Leonard Skinner merchandise insert. It does have a pretty noticeable crease right here in the corner. It also includes the original MCA inner sleeve. And this is Leonard Skinner, their last album with the original lineup, Street Survivors, before that untimely and tragic plane crash. It's also supposed to include an insert with the tour dates, but this one doesn't have it. So not 100% complete, but you do get a bonus merchandise insert. You might can sell that to somebody if they need it. Noticeable crease there. Other than that, it presents very well. $25 start on that. I'll let you know what we have it marked after we sell it. Also, this is an OG. The vinyl on that's VG Plus. This is an OG first press, 78 Winchester of Van Halen's debut album. This is also a $25 start. Not a bad VG Plus. This is going to be loud enough where it'll probably drown out anything that causes a condition issue. Van Halen and Leonard Skinner, $25 starts. Roger Ramjet said he would take Johnny Cash. If anybody else wants any other prices, let me know. We have Harry Chapin, Tina Marie, Marvin Gaye, Kenny Rogers, Bob Seger, Willie Nelson, Original Gold Soul, Motown Monster Hits, Stevie Wonder, Elvis, Worldwide Gold Award Hits Volume 2, Rick Dees, Jefferson Starship, Sly and the Family Stone, Hooters, Steve Winwood, Genesis, Harry Chapin, Santana, George Carlin, still available, John Mayall, Fifth Dimension, Fats Domino, Faces, Fleetwood Mac, Bob Seger, The Yardbirds, Wishbone Ash, Jefferson Starship, Wings, and Ray Charles. Jesse's at $25 on Leonard Skinner. Looking for a $25 start on Van Halen. Here's the Sly and the Family Stone that I think I'm going to keep because I don't think I have this, nor do I recall ever seeing one. Sly and the Family Stone Life. That's a new one on me. I thought I had everything by them. I'm going to hold on to that for a few days until I can verify my personal collection. I just know this. I've never seen it. It's not something we get every night, that's for sure. All right, let's see what we got in our other bin. I've got another bin of new vintage arrivals, and these are great check condition titles. Great check condition titles. Let's go through these very quickly and see what we have. I guess not very quickly. I'm in no rush if you're not. Kind of just a relaxed night of all kinds of different stuff. Jeff says he will take it. Denise, that was Future Gains, Fleetwood Mac. Give me 1 second, I'll show it. Jeff said he'll take Sly. Not for sale. Let's see, let me pull Fleetwood Mac for that. Here's kind of what I'm thinking the agenda is going to be tonight. I've got another crate of new vintage arrivals. We will probably take a break tonight because I'm going to go to the back and we're going to do some buy now best offer out of those bins. We're going to go through some stuff we hadn't seen in a long time. Could be anything back there. All buy it now, best offer. Tammy says, would you take 25 for Beach Boys? I can't do that because I've already got it sold to somebody else if you don't want it for 35. So Sherry says she wants it if you don't. Everything is sticker price tonight. Leonard Skinner's at 25. Wow. Just $25 with Street Survivors. That's now final call to Jesse Hood. Also looking for a $25 start on Van Halen. Jefferson Airplane, Surlistic Pillow. This is a VG Plus, $19.99. Surlistic Pillow, VG Plus, $19.99. Also, John Prine Sweet Revenge. This is a VG copy, $14.99. So we're going to go through one more crate. Everybody woke up on Leonard Skinner. Yeah, there's a Flames cover Street Survivors laying over here about to sell. Now we've got 4 new bidders. And also a Van Halen debut, first press. No bid for $25. We're about to make it a buy it now. We're probably going to go through this crate of new arrivals. We're going to take a quick break. I have an 8 tonight, but then when we come back, we're going to be in the back part of the store doing nothing but on-sale vintage and some new vinyl. On-sale vintage and new vinyl. You just got to remind me on the new vinyl because there's some stuff back there I definitely can discount that's on the wall. But we're going to be going through a lot of bins, buy it now, best offer for part 2. Chris Frazier on John Prine. Also, the Four Seasons story. The Four Seasons is EX condition, $17.99. Roger Daltrey, Best Bits. This is a Roger Daltrey compilation of his solo work. VG Plus, $12.99. Fog Hat, Rock and Roll Outlaws is VG Plus, $9.99. Ozark Mountain Daredevils, It's Alive, EX, $22.99. Craig says he'll take Future Games. Craig, that's so do you. Fleetwood Mac Future Games. Dire Straits Communique, EX, $24.99. Delaney and Bonnie and Friends on tour with Eric Clapton, VG, $14.99. Dire Straits Making Movies, VG Plus, $22.99. Peter Gabriel, EX condition, $32.99. Peter Gabriel, EX condition, $32.99. Peter Gabriel Plays Live, VG Plus, $29.99. Hadn't seen that in a while. Jay Giles Showtime, that's a live album, VG, $9.99. And Elton John's Greatest Hits Volume 2. It has the original lyric booklet and inner sleeve, VG condition, $14.99. High bid on Leonard Skinner is $35 with Thomas Hujar. Thomas has that for $35. Van Halen is at $25 with Jeff H. That's a final call. We also have the Fifth Dimensions Greatest Hits, VG Plus condition, $9.99. Johnny Cash Greatest Hits Volume 1, VG for $9.99. The Hit Sounds of the Everly Brothers is VG Plus, $14.99. Creedence Clearwater Revival Pendulum, EX, $32.99. ELO Discovery, a VG copy for $9.99. ELO Discovery. Bob Dylan and the Band is VG Plus, $29.99. Neil Young Harvest is a VG minus for $12.99. Neil Young Harvest. And Don McLean's American Pie, VG Plus, $14.99. Okay, the other stuff I have to show you gets really random. Well, no, there's a couple more music-related items. Let me go ahead and go through the rest of this crate, though, while I have you on. Yeah, I've got a couple cool more books. I got a couple audio components. This is a Realistic Tape Control Center. Realistic Tape Control Center. If you need one of those, $29.99. Realistic Tape Control Center, that's $29.99. Also have a Radio Shack Stereo Audio Selector, that's $14.99. Radio Shack Stereo Audio Selector. I have a Beatles book. This is called The Beatles. This is called The Beatles by Hunter Davies. That is $6.99. Also, the White Book. It looks like another Beatles book. The Beatles White Book is $6.99. And this is a Kiss book that I think was part of a CD box set. $6.99. I think this went into a CD box set. Pretty cool. It's kind of like the Rolling Stones book. If anything, it's a really cool book just to look through. It has lyrics and lineups, and that is $6.99. $6.99 on that. Okay, so Leonard Skinner, new high bid is $35. That's final call. Thomas has Street Survivors for $35. Final call. Jeff McMaster is at $26 on Van Halen. Jake Clegg wants Neil Young Harvest. Tracy Miller wants Elton John's Greatest Hits Volume 2. That's so to Tracy Miller. Kelly Bagwell wants Don McLean. That's so to Kelly Bagwell. John Young wants the White Book. And Shane Devers gets the Kiss book. And then that just leaves the Beatles book. The Beatles. Jesse's back in on Leonard Skinner at $38. So the Beatles book is $6.99. I got a big stack of Jenga going on over here. Let's see what else we have. This is, I think these are all from Wayne's collection. I think all this is from Wayne's collection. This is a Loud and Proud cassette. 6 tracks from Alice Cooper, Ram Jam, Accept, Judas Priest, Europe, and Quiet Riot. $2.99. Loud and Proud cassette. John Lennon, a Spaniard in the Works. John Lennon paperback, $6.99. This is a sealed VHS for a movie that John Lennon was in, How I Won the War. That is sealed VHS. $9.99, and this is also from Wayne's collection. It's a very cool book, $14.99. It's called 1,000 Record Covers, and I think this is actually a list. He was trying to check off some of the ones that he wanted or had in there. I'm going to leave that in there for whoever buys it, but this is a really cool book. Look at all these album covers. I've looked through this and looked through this last night. Just amazing. Just all the incredible. So many I've had, some that I know I've seen before, but I've never seen one in person, especially a lot of this old soul and like right here in this era, all these 50s albums. Very tough to find some of those. I found one of those last night, the Exciters. But some of these right in here, pretty tough albums to find, especially in high grade. That's very cool. Dobie Gray, The In Crowd, that's something I've been looking for a long time. Some of these are just, it reminds you of stuff like, oh yeah, I need that. Very tough to find. Sonny Boy Williamson, Down and Out. I've never had one of those. So hard to find. That's very cool. All right, Leonard Skinner. We had Leonard Skinner 38, Van Halen 27. So Jeff H is at 27 Van Halen, Leonard Skinner 39. John Young says he'll take the record cover book. And that leaves the How I Won the War VHS sealed. John Lennon paperback, $6.99, and the Loud and Proud cassette, $29. Leonard Skinner to 77. Yes, that is the only year that album was made, was the year it was originally released. And then it was recalled due to the Flames cover. They printed 500,000 of them. They printed exactly 500,000 is the numbers on those. Radio Shack and the realistic tape items are still available. All right, 10 years after, Stonehenge. 10 years after is VG Plus condition. That's a gatefold, $14.99. Jay Giles Band Bloodshot. That is on red vinyl, VG $16.99. Here's a John Mayall I've never seen before, Through the Years. John Mayall with Mick Taylor, Peter Green, John McVie, Eric Clapton, Keith Hartley. That's VG Plus, $19.99. Never seen that one. The Freewheelin' Bob Dylan, a VG copy for $14.99. It's a second label, VG $14.99. It's in a 360 sound cover. Second label though. Kelly Bagwell first on John Mayall. Patty Kay, You Were Second. Emerson, Lake and Palmer Tarkus is a VG Plus $14.99. James Gang Thirds is a VG Plus $14.99. And Bad Luck Streak and Dancing School, Warren Zevon, VG Plus $24.99. Update on our auctions. We have an original, Leonard Skinner Street Survivors. Thomas Hujar has that for $39. That is first press, of course. Van Halen is a 78 OG first press of Self-Titled, their debut album. Jeff McMaster has that for $29. So $39 and $29 are the high bids. Going once, going twice. Zebra, No Telling Lies. Zebra is EX $22.99. Robert Plant, The Principle of Moments, is VG Plus $14.99. Robert Palmer, Pride, is VG Plus $14.99. Jimi Hendrix, Crash Landing, VG Plus $24.99. Matt Biggs, back in on Leonard Skinner at $40. Lucifer's Friend is VG Plus $34.99. Lucifer's Friend, VG Plus $34.99. Fred Carnell, first on Zeb, which is for Zebra. That's sold to Fred Carnell. ABBA's Greatest Hits is a VG for $9.99. Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin, Donny Hathaway, Staple Singers, and Ray Charles recorded at Newport in New York. VG Plus $14.99. And John Prine, Bruised Orange, with the original inner orange and the original orange inner sleeve with lyrics. VG Plus $24.99. Matt, you're back out on Van Halen, or excuse me, Matt, you're back out on Leonard Skinner. Thomas has it for $41. We are about to sell Van Halen for $29. And I think that leaves the other item in here I don't have ready. It's a CD box set. I'm going to sell that probably Thursday. And then that just leaves some random Legos, which I think is from a motorcycle set. I doubt anybody here knows what that's from, but I know they're Legos, and they're probably something I did put on eBay. But that is $4.99 if anybody wants the motorcycle Legos. I don't think it actually makes a motorcycle. I think it's just parts and pieces, but there you have it. Now both of my crates are empty. I've shown you all of the collectibles and trinkets I had set aside for tonight. I've shown you everything, all the collectibles and trinkets. I'm going to read through these titles one more time. David Polkey says he wants the Loud and Proud cassette. David, I will sell that to you. It was only $2.99. That's so to you. Let's go ahead and sell Van Halen to Jeff McMaster for $29. Matt's out on Leonard Skinner, so now Thomas has that for $41. That's a final call. I'm going to wait and hold off on selling these photographs until maybe I text the guy in Atlanta to exactly figure out what we have there. I've been meaning to do that anyway. I do have some other ticket stubs. I will sell any of these for $4.99. $4.99. Yes, let me read through. It might be something you're looking for. Maybe you were there, or maybe you collect this artist. This is the Allman Brothers from 2002, Oak Mountain Theater. Allman Brothers, Oak Mountain Theater, $4.99. Also, the Allman Brothers Band from September 21st, 2002. That is, I'm not for sure where. They don't really say. That is $4.99. So Allman Brothers, Allman Brothers. What do we have here? Live Nation Poison from 2008. Poison from 2008, and that's at the Verizon Wireless Music Center. Poison as well from 2006. Poison, and I think that's May 29th and August 18th. One's from Verizon Music Center, the other one's from Oak Mountain Amphitheater. So there's three different Poison ticket stubs, 2008, 2006, and 2002. Somebody's seen Poison 3 different times. Vans Warped Tour 2005 by Singular and Samsung, House of the Blue concerts. There's 2 there, both of those for $4.99. Matchbox 20, that's a little bit of an older one. Where's this one from? 2001. April 13th, 2001, Matchbox 20 at the BJCC Arena. That's $4.99. Hank Williams Jr. Hank Williams Jr. at the Oak Mountain Amphitheater. That was Hank Williams Jr. on May 31st, 2002. And 99X Peter Collin presents Rehab. All ages welcome. Coca-Cola Roxy Theater, September 15th, 2005. Patty wants Poison. Patty, let me know if you want a certain year or if you want all 3 of them. Let me know on that. So let's go ahead and sell Thomas Leonard Skinner for $41. One more read through on these in here. We have Jefferson Airplane, Surlistic Pillow, The Four Seasons, Roger Daltrey Best Bits, Foghat Rock and Roll Outlaws, Ozark Mountain Daredevils, Dire Straits Communique, Delaney and Bonnie and Friends on Tour, Dire Straits Making Movies, Peter Gabriel Plays Live, Jay Giles Showtime, Fifth Dimension's Greatest Hits, Johnny Cash Greatest Hits Volume 1, The Hit Sounds of the Everly Brothers, Creedence Clearwater Revival Pendulum, ELO Discovery, Bob Dylan and the Band, 10 Years After Stonehenge, Jay Giles Bloodshot, The Free-Willin' Bob Dylan, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Tarkus. Patty says she'll take the 2002 Poison ticket stub. This one right here. Tanner, that was $4.99 to Patty. James Gang Thirds, also Warren Zevon, Bad Luck Streak and Dancing School. Robert Plant, The Principle of Moments. Robert Palmer, Pride. Jimi Hendrix, Crash Landing. Lucifer's Friend, ABBA's Greatest Hits. Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin, and others. Newport, New York, and John Prine, Bruised Orange. And I think that was all of the ticket stubs. I got some other things. There's the Rod Stewart. I'm going to show all these pictures exactly whenever I have them figured out. And this other stuff, I don't know what it is. I got some Metallica guitar picks, but I found the rest in the back. And I'm going to wait. Look, there's the King. I got pictures of Elvis, too. That's pretty cool. He took those in Atlanta as well. Yeah, some of these, I know sometimes like unpublished photos. That looks like Jeff Lynne. There's a shot, I think that's the back of Keith Emerson, or not Carl Palmer, either Keith Emerson or Greg Lake. That's a big outdoor concert. I see a Confederate flag. I'm assuming Leonard Skinner. Okay. Any other request? If you can't come back for part 2, We have flown through, we've went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've went through 8 crates of records already. And it's only just a little bit after 9. But we're going to do a part 2 exclusively in the back where we're going to do buy it now best offer. So I'm going to take an eating break. I definitely need to. I'll be rejuvenated for part 2. I'm going to go through some of these collectibles one more time, or trinkets. The Grease VHS was sealed. That's sealed $6.99. The Smashing Pumpkin CD box set, $49.99. So we're going to start part 2 at 10 o'clock Central Time in about 30 minutes. 10 o'clock Central Time, we're going to have this cart in the back. We're going to have it in the back. We're going to be doing buy it now best offer for a good hour or hour and a half. Those will all be available. Buy it now best offer in the back. We've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of records to go through. There's probably some good stuff, and it'll all be buy it now best offer, so you'll be getting some deals. Eric Clapton, the book is $5.99. Also, Abbey Road to Zapple, from Abbey Road to Zapple, the Beatles Encyclopedia. Yes, we had this come in. We got a waiting list for it already. Stevie Ray Vaughan, live at the King's Head Inn. If you missed this earlier, $29.99 for the live Stevie Ray Vaughan unofficial, June 22nd, 1980. They're $29.99 if anybody wants on the waiting list for that. Stacy Metternich wants the Eric Clapton book. Also, Abbey Road to Zapple Records, the Beatles Encyclopedia was $9.99. Smashing Pumpkins is $49.99. And Stevie Ray Vaughan was $29.99. Who did the CCR from the previous crate go to? CCR from the previous crate. Now, if you're asking about the auction, we still have a CCR in here for sale. The CCR sold at auction, Cosmos Factory, I really don't remember. Jake Clegg wants on the waiting list for that. Are able to get any more of the Metallica 10-inch. Those will be here tomorrow. Michael, if you're on a waiting list, you're going to get one. If you're not on a waiting list, let me know. Jake Clegg wants on the waiting list for SRV. If we have an extensive waiting list for Toucan Sam, I thought this would be popular. There's also some other plush I've ordered. One actually looks like a Fruit Loops box, a Twizzlers box. They do a whole series from Funko. I'll have more of these in. We now have an extensive wait list with Ian also on that. Toucan Sam is $19.99. I figured those would be popular. I had a couple puzzles that didn't sell. We had another VHS, How I Won the War. That is sealed for $9.99. The John Lennon paperback was $6.99. Michael Corbell wants on the waiting list for the Metallica Lost Tapes 10-inch. Sherry Darnell also wants on the Stevie Ray Vaughan waiting list. The Beatles book is $6.99. Seinfeld Festivus puzzle. It's shaped like a Christmas sweater. That's new and sealed for $24.99. The Andy Warhol puzzle was new and sealed for $24.99. We still got the heavy metal box. It's 100% complete. It's 4 or 5 disc, and that's $49.99. It's shaped like a Marshall amp. It opens up. It has a book with it. Some random Legos for $4.99. Stacy also wants the Beatles book. Chris Wood Sr. says he will take the heavy metal box set. That's a good decision there. That's so did Chris Wood Sr. for $49.99. Stacy got the Beatles book. If anybody else wants on that. The Metallica is an unofficial 10-inch. It's called the Lost Tapes. It's an early concert from 1982, and that was $39.99. It's a 10-inch on red vinyl. I've still got the Radio Shack stereo selector and the Radio Shack tape control center, and the Moody Blues Time Traveler CD box set, sealed, $14.99. It's partially opened at the top. Stephen Napoli, I know that you didn't get the auction because somebody else had outbid you, and I did a final call, and I already sold that. So you didn't win the CCR earlier. You was out, and you never did bid again. I never did hear back from you. And then, lastly, the autogram ad for $4.99. This random football sketch for $4.99, and we have one tab book left. That's Jefferson Starship Red Octopus. It's $6.99. Those football prints are $4.99 and $4.99. That's all the trinkets for tonight. Part 2 will be nothing but albums in the back. Buy it now, best offer. There's some great stuff. All buy it now, best offer. We might hit a batch of hardcore and punk. We might hit a bunch of country. We might hit classic rock. You just never know about the back. But we're going to take a break so we can get the cart back there for that. It'll be about a half hour. We should start back exactly at 10 o'clock. Thank you for watching part 1. Hopefully you can come back for part 2.5 hours. If you don't, you're going to extremely disappoint me. Trust me, I know if you're not watching, I'll be extremely disappointed. Hopefully you come back. We're going to miss you if you don't. Plus, you'll want to because there's going to be some great deals. All buy it now, best offer. We'll be back in 35 minutes for that. I'm going to go find some food. Hopefully, I have something over here in the fridge. See y'all in 30 minutes.